Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what we're getting into today?
A new fucking book.
Yes. Goodbye, Psalms.
Yeah.
Hello, Proverbs. Yes.
I mean, okay.
Okay.
I hope this one is... I think there's a little bit more story stuff in Proverbs-ish.
No, they're not stories. They're Proverbs. They're like sayings and lessons.
Okay.
And
well,
virtues.
So lessons and virtues.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it'll be more fun to read, or at least less taxing to read. But the research on each is very likely going to be a lot like the Psalms were, where we're like, yep, there goes a Psalm.
Okay.
Yep, this is a proverb.
And what are we planning on reading today?
Well, today we are going to talk about what the book of Proverbs is.
Okay.
Just a little small intro. And then because the first 9 the first 9 Proverbs are a group unto their own.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that a little bit, and then we're going to actually read the first 3 Proverbs.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Let's do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so before we get into the book of, do you know what a proverb is?
It's a professional verb. Is that correct?
No, that's absolutely wrong.
Damn it.
It's not
I was
a
so
verb
close
that's a
though,
verb.
right?
No, not even close.
Damn it. Okay.
It's a simple traditional saying that expresses a perceived truth based on common sense or experience, and they're often metaphorical.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, the early bird catches the worm.
Yeah.
Or don't put all your eggs in one basket, or don't count your chickens before they hatch, that kind of thing. Those are proverbs.
Okay.
So those are lessons. Okay, they're small lessons that are being imparted onto you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to start there so that we understand what we're saying when we talk about the book of Proverbs. Okay.
Yeah.
It's an anthology in and of itself, but it's also a collection of collections. So I mentioned in the intro that the first collection consists of the first 9. Right. So this is several different collections that are collected together into one anthology. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's an example of the biblical wisdom literature. I don't know if you recall early on when we talked about the different types of books of the Bible. There's the prophets, and then there's the writings, like the wisdom writings. Yeah, this is one of those.
Got it.
Okay. It raises questions of values, moral behavior, righteous conduct, and the meaning of life. Okay. So, I mean, this runs the gamut. Okay. Yeah. Its theological foundation is that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, which, I mean, we know all about that, right? Right. Wisdom. No. Fear. Right. Always fear. Yeah. But let us talk about wisdom a little bit.
Sure.
Okay? Because we are going to be reading about the personification thereof as an individual. Okay. In this book. Yeah. Okay? Mm-hmm. So the pre-exilic Old Testament, so pre-exile meaning before 586 BCE, allowed no equals to Yahweh in heaven. Okay? Despite the continued existence of an assembly of subordinate deities. So there was acknowledgement of other gods, but none are as great as. Right. Okay? Yeah. Now, the post-exile writers of the wisdom tradition developed the idea that wisdom as a personification existed before creation and was used by God to create the universe. And I kind of recall us saying that God didn't, like, we read something. I don't remember where it was in the Bible, but it was in the Bible that God looked over in a corner and there sat wisdom. Yeah. So he did not create wisdom. Wisdom was a person that already existed.
Or an entity or whatever. Right. It was something.
A personage.
Right.
Yeah. that existed before creation and was used by God to create the universe.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
So I'm kind of glad that we caught that at the time, since now we're actually getting into that a little bit more.
Sure.
So I mentioned that the book of Proverbs is divided into sections, and the initial invitation to wisdom contrasts the wise and the fool. And it talks about moral discourses on various topics.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Half of the book of Proverbs is made up of sayings of this type. Okay?
Okay.
The other half is made up of poetic pieces of various types.
Got it.
So we're going to read instructions, advice from a teacher or parent addressed to a student or a child. We're going to read about dramatic personifications of both wisdom and folly. And the words of the wise are some sayings that are going to be things that we come across. And they are longer than the Solomonic sayings, but are shorter and more diverse than the specific instructions.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's just all kinds of different collections happening here.
Sure.
Okay. In the late first century, the Rabbinic College almost excluded the book of Proverbs from the Bible because of its contradictions. This was a result of the book's origins as not just an anthology, but an anthology of anthologies.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, toward that end, noteworthy is the fact that the quote-unquote mighty acts of God, which make up Israel's history, are completely or almost completely absent from Proverbs and the other wisdom books.
Interesting.
So we're talking about acts such as Exodus.
Right.
Like the entire Exodus is not something that's discussed in these wisdom books.
Okay.
Okay. The giving of the Torah at Sinai, the Torah, the law.
The 10 Commandments?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's like missing completely.
Got it.
The covenant between God and Israel, like all of that religious-y stuff that describes Israel's history, none of that stuff.
Got it.
Is going to be in this book.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So then we get into Proverbs chapter 1, or I'm sorry. Yeah, Proverbs chapter. I have a hard time because like the same way with Psalms, we say the first Psalm. Yeah. But it's chapter 1 of Psalms.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just, like, my mind still has a hard time, like, wait, what is this again? Now, the first 9 are known as the didactic discourses.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we're going to read the first 3, and then tomorrow we'll read the next 3, and then the day after that we'll read the final 3, and that will complete the first section, the first collection.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, I picked up this book like I'm going to read it from the Bible when...
Why would you read the Bible from the Bible? Jeez.
Right? Like, it's so much easier to read it from the app because the words are bigger and my eyes are smaller. Okay, so Proverbs chapter 1.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The value of Proverbs is what we're getting into in this first bit.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel, for gaining wisdom and instruction, for understanding words of insight, for receiving instruction in prudent behavior, doing what is right and just and fair, for giving prudence to those who are simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. Let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance, for understanding proverbs and parables, the sayings and riddles of the wise. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Is this like an intro to...
That was an introduction.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's all an introduction.
I was like, that's very Barkish, you know?
Right.
Like
yeah.
God.
You're like, ooh, is the whole thing like that? No, that's an introduction.
Okay.
And that's specifically what it's called.
Got it.
A prologue.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we're getting into the actual first bit.
Proverbs actual. Got it.
Right. So, well, I mean, those were verses 1 through 7.
Sure.
So they do count as part of the book of Proverbs. Like that wasn't all just like title or subtitle.
Right.
But it is referred to as the preamble, the prologue, the introduction.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So verse 8 is where we actually pick up.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, my son, to your father's instruction, and do not forsake your mother's teaching. They are a garland to grace your head and a chain to adorn your neck. My son, if sinful men entice you, do not give in to them. If they say, come along with us, let's lie in wait for innocent blood. Let's ambush some harmless soul. Let's swallow them alive like the grave and whole like those who go down to the pit.
Because that happens all the time.
Yeah, people are always saying, let's hide out and
kill people.
Yeah, that sounds like fun, man.
Sounds like
I was going to throw water balloons, but kill them. Yeah, that sounds better.
Damn kids these days.
Right? We will get all sorts of valuable things and fill our houses with plunder. Yeah, let's go rob some houses too.
Right.
Cast lots with us. We will all share the loot. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll the dice. Throw the bones. You know? My son, do not go along with them. Do not set foot on their paths, for their feet rush into evil. They are swift to shed blood. Yeah, sounds like.
Apparently.
Yeah. Don't go with them.
Right.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Don't kill people.
Right?
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Right.
I'm not tempted.
No.
Even as an atheist, not tempted.
Right.
How useless to spread a net where every bird can see it. These men lie in wait for their own blood. They ambush only themselves. Such are the paths of all who go after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the life of those who get it. Out in the open, wisdom calls aloud. She raises her voice in the public square. On top of the wall, she cries out. At the city gate, she makes her speech. So here we're seeing wisdom as a person,
as a thing.
As an entity.
Right.
Yeah. So now wisdom is going to speak.
Okay. Yep.
How long will you who are simple love your simple ways? How long will mockers delight in mockery and fools hate knowledge? Repent at my rebuke. Then I will pour out my thoughts to you. I will make known to you my teachings. But since you refuse to listen when I call, and no one pays attention when I stretch out my hand, since you disregard all my advice and do not accept my rebuke, I in turn will laugh when disaster strikes you.
That's not nice.
That's not nice, wisdom. I will mock when calamity overtakes you. Oh, rude.
I do like that wisdom. So, I mean, the idea that wisdom is a good thing is refreshing, and a refreshing idea, as opposed to the ideas that kind of get bandied about in religious groups now.
That intelligence is an agenda. It's a liberal agenda to rot your mind.
No, but I mean, and I've heard people talk about this before, but like the Jewish people do revere wisdom. Whereas I feel like Christianity has kind of sneered at wisdom.
Well, yeah, once you learn things, then you can look back and be like, oh, religion's dumb.
Right. But I mean, I think that's part of what I rail against is the inability to look inward and the inability to think about things in a more grandiose way, I guess.
Right.
Sure. So anyway, that's all.
So wisdom is continuing here.
Yeah.
When calamity overtakes you like a storm, when disaster sweeps over you like a whirlwind, when distress and trouble overwhelm you, then they will call to me, but I will not answer. They will look for me, but will not find me, since they hated knowledge and did not choose to fear the Lord. So
apparently wisdom's on God's side, huh?
Yeah, wisdom makes you have to fear the Lord.
Got it.
Those kind of don't go together in my brain, but okay.
I don't agree with that.
Since they would not accept my advice and spurn my rebuke, I rebuke you. They will eat the fruit of their ways and be filled with the fruit of their schemes. Boom.
So they get fruit, though.
They ate from the fruit from the tree of knowledge.
Got it, yeah.
But then they did wrong.
I kind of want some fruit.
I do too.
I'm just saying.
I do too. I love strawberries.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
For the waywardness of the simple will kill them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm.
So long as you fear God also. Yeah.
So that was Proverbs chapter 1.
Okay.
And again, the first 9 Proverbs are known as the didactic discourses.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so this first one was Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. And chapter 1 has the following structure.
Got it.
Okay? Verses 1 through 7, as we noted, are the introduction. Okay? Verses 8 through 19 are avoid evil men.
Yeah, do that.
Then verses 20 through 33, that's wisdom's first speech.
Yeah.
Okay? So in the introduction, prologue, it's also called the purpose and theme and the value of Proverbs. And this section provides the purpose and value of the whole entire book, not just chapter 1.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so then when we started verse 8, I told you that's when like the chapter 1 proper starts.
Yeah.
That's exhortations to embrace wisdom and wisdom's warning. Okay? Mm-hmm. And so that first part was avoid evil men, and it's a warning against enticement. And this section contains the first of several instructions by a father to his son, which we will see happen throughout the book of Proverbs.
Got it.
And
never a father to their daughter.
No.
Or a mother to their son, or a mother to the daughter, but just father to son.
Father to son.
Got it.
It's presented as a father to a child, like a teacher to a student, but it's actually God speaking to man as representative of the household.
No, I get it. I get it. But it's also very male oriented.
Oh, very. Yeah, obviously.
That's all. That's all I was getting at.
That's all I was getting at. Yeah. Although bearing constant reminders of parental authority, the motivation clauses appeal more to one's good sense than a duty to obey the parents. So it's less like saying, you better do this or I'm going to spank your ass. And it's more like, you really ought to follow the ways of the Lord.
Sure.
You just oughta. Okay? Yeah. Come on.
Unlike some of the Old Testament stuff where they're like, if you don't obey your father, you deserve to die.
Right. Exactly.
So
these are just like, I'm gonna laugh at ya.
Right.
So wisdom's first speech is also referred to as a warning against rejecting wisdom. And in this passage, wisdom is personified, as a woman who speaks with a divine authority.
Got it.
So that in and of itself
that's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, okay, now we're getting into Proverbs Chapter 2. And I again picked up the book. I don't know. Why do I even have this thing open?
I don't really know.
Book, get away from me.
Yeah.
I rebuke thee.
Right.
Okay, here we go. Proverbs Chapter 2.
Yes.
My son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, turning your ear to wisdom and applying your heart to understanding, indeed, if you call out for insight and cry aloud for understanding, and if you look for it as for silver and search for it as for a hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of God.
I see.
For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth comes knowledge and understanding.
Got it. You just got to search for it like a treasure, and then you'll find it.
You had a metal detector. And
I did. I never found God with it, though.
Neither God nor treasure nor silver
nor
gold.
We found some junk with it.
Junk, not treasure.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all in the eye of the beholder, you know?
No, it was all junk.
It was, but it was fun. So it was treasure.
It was not a treasure. It was trash.
It was treasure.
It was trash.
It was totally treasure.
What was it, and do we still have it?
It was junk, and I threw it away.
So it was trash.
But it was treasure.
No, just because you found it with a metal detector doesn't automatically make it treasure.
It was. It was treasure.
Oh my gosh. You are not a treasure. He holds success in store for the upright. He is a shield to those whose walk is blameless, for he guards the course of the just and protects the way of his faithful ones. Then you will understand what is right and just and fair, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will be pleasant to your soul. Discretion will protect you, and understanding will guard you.
I wish somebody would tell the people that I try to give knowledge to on Twitter that it would be pleasant to their soul.
Well,
it doesn't seem to make they don't seem to make that connection.
Well, I think that you are responsible for choosing the wrong audience. I mean, Twitter. It's not even Twitter anymore.
I'm joking.
I know, but it's not even called Twitter. And
I don't give a fuck. I don't want to call it X.
No,
fucking X.
I'm always going to call it Twitter.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that that's your audience says it all.
It's not my audience. My audience is a bunch of really great people. The people that choose to come over to my feed and say the Christian-y things and yell at me for I'm going to burn in hell and all this other crap.
And then they say, it's in the Bible. And you're like, where? And they're like, you should know. And then you're like...
And I'm like, I'm actually reading the Bible. Can you please point out where? Because it's not in there.
And they're like, it is, but you are not open to understanding. And it's like, oh, so then it's not.
So, right, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Wisdom will save you from the ways of wicked men, from men whose words are perverse, who have left the straight paths to walk in dark ways, who delight in doing wrong, and rejoice in the perverseness of evil, whose paths are crooked, and who are devious in their ways.
Yeah, you got to straighten those paths out. They got to be straight and not crooked. Otherwise, you're probably going to go to hell or something.
Straight and not gay?
But you're going to go straight to hell, not crooked to hell.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm going gay to heaven. Straight to hell, gay to heaven. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Wisdom will save you also from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman.
Wait. It's going to save you. Wait.
What?
The woman is the evil thing here?
She's the adulteress.
And you have to be saved from that person.
Because it's up to you to fuck her or not.
Okay. But they're acting like the adulterous woman is the temptress, and you are the victim.
Yep.
That's not how that usually would work.
Poor men who can't control their dicks.
In my experience, that's not how that works.
Men don't have control of their dicks. They're not responsible for the sex that they have to have. Okay. Didn't you know?
Okay.
That's what the Bible told me.
Okay.
That men are monkeys and apes, and they are not responsible for what their dicks do.
Right.
Didn't you know?
I guess.
That's what I learned.
Okay.
Can't be held responsible.
Whatever. That just pissed me off.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Wisdom will save you also from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman with her seductive words, who has left the partner of her youth and ignored the covenant she made before God. So she chose the wrong path, and she's trying to get you to go down that path with her. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Surely her house leads down to death, and her paths to the spirits of the dead. Don't fuck that bitch.
Let's see. You were married before we got together, previously, and we're still alive.
We're still happy.
We're actually alive, and not only after all of that, you being
previously
married and all, not holding up that covenant, I guess, but we're also reading the Bible from an atheist perspective. And yet we're still here.
We're still here.
I mean, there must be something to that, right? I'm thinking there's something to that.
I think so.
That's just my opinion. And
we've been married for 16 years, happily.
I'm going to go with, if there is a God, which I don't believe there is, but if there is, he's fine with this,
Yeah,
I mean,
clearly.
He's not stopping it, so.
Also, he already knew what was going to happen.
Right, obviously, so.
No mistakes.
We're good. Yeah, we're good.
Yep,
we're good.
Yep. Either way.
I'm good.
I know I'm good. Thus you will walk in the ways of the good and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will live in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful will be torn from it.
So do they go to the sea? If they're not?
I have no idea where they go.
What land are they talking about? I don't get it.
The land that is this little geographic area that this God...
But they act like there's not other lands out there.
There's not.
Okay.
So Proverbs Chapter 2 is still part of that first set of 9 chapters, which are the didactic discourses.
Yeah.
The exhortations to embrace wisdom.
Sure.
Okay. And so this chapter, we got to see moral benefits of wisdom and the reward of seeking wisdom. Okay. Chapter 2 has the following structure. Verses 1 through 8 are the value of wisdom, and verses 9 through 22 are the benefits of wisdom.
I see.
Okay. And then there was a little thing about verse 16, that adulterous woman thing that stumped us. Okay.
Yeah.
And at first I was like really happy, because I was like, oh, okay. So we just don't understand the translation, because adulterous woman in Hebrew literally means strange woman, which refers to people who are ethnically foreign to Israel or who are morally estranged from God or his covenant people. And then, and so I was
anybody
like,
not
so a foreigner,
an Israelite,
right? But then that's the way I read that, and I was like, oh, okay, so they're talking about not that women are wanton, but that they're just not Israel.
Yeah, sure.
They're not from Israel or whatever.
Right.
But then it goes on to say, but in particular for a woman, it means adulteress or prostitute.
Oh, okay. So again,
adulteress means adulteress.
Just like we fucking read it.
Yeah.
And thought
There's
about
this whole note that says adulteress means this, but in actuality, adulteress means adulteress or prostitute who may not be a foreigner, but that nonetheless is estranged from or outside of the covenant community.
So like 100% just like it reads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
I
checking.
was like, then why the note?
Right.
Like, why?
Well, probably because somebody somewhere was like, but generally it's not, Israelite women that are like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's never their own people.
No, never.
It's always somebody else.
It's always a different.
Yeah.
Those people that live over there.
Right. You know those people over there across that border?
Across
They're
the hill.
awful.
Jeez.
God, don't let them cross it.
Exactly.
Jesus.
All right, so let's read Proverbs chapter 3.
Okay. Uh-huh.
My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart, for they will prolong your life many years and bring you peace and prosperity. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding.
Yeah, fuck your own understanding. If you try to understand it yourself, you're stupid. Jesus.
That kind of goes against like seek wisdom. Though,
right, yeah.
Right?
No, that's why I'm kind of like, what?
Seek wisdom, but don't lean on your own understanding of that
well,
wisdom.
I mean, I in the nicest way possible, they would be saying, help others, let others' wisdom help you understand better, right? I can understand that perspective, but the way they said it is very, don't trust yourself. And I don't like that because, you know what? I do trust myself and I do want to research things for myself and I want to understand them myself. So fuck you if you tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't mind involving other people in my wisdom.
Right.
But I'm going to involve them, not take them at their word. I want to use them as something else that I use to understand myself.
If I was going to start trusting Christians to know the Bible, which fucking Christian would I trust?
They all have a different idea of what their religion means. I mean, like almost to an individual level.
Yeah, it's true. Like if you walked into one church and it was all the same like branch of whatever. Yeah. Like the same type of Protestantism.
Yeah, if you took them and interviewed them separately and got into a theological discussion with them, they would all have a separate idea as to what
each part of the Bible meant and whether the Bible means anything.
Right.
And much less what is God, what is Jesus.
I've come to the conclusion, it's like beating your head against the wall when you try to argue with them because there's just not any way to win. There's not that winning's important, but there's not any way to have a discussion with them because you have to cater each discussion individually to that person's idea of what their God is.
Yeah.
And it is an individual idea as to what their God is.
Exactly.
So,
it's just too hard.
Right.
In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your paths straight.
There's no straight paths again.
Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil.
Okay.
This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Not vitamin D. Not calcium. The Lord.
Right.
Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine.
They had to get that bit in there for the priests. You know, honor the Lord with your wealth. That's pay the priests.
Yeah. My son, do not despise the Lord's discipline, and do not resent his rebuke, because the Lord disciplines those he loves, as a father the son he delights in. I only punch you because I love you. I beat you because I care.
Right. Like, wait, that sounds like an abuser. Yeah. Sounds like something an abuser would say.
Yes, it does. Yeah. I'm like, no thanks.
It's all for your own good. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You had it coming. You asked for this. Don't make me hurt you.
Right.
Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding. For she is more profitable than silver and yields better return than gold. She is more precious than rubies. Nothing you desire can compare with her. I do like that sentiment.
I don't disagree with the wisdom sentiments here. I disagree with the way it's being utilized with regard to God.
Yeah. Long life is in her right hand. In her left hand are riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant ways, and all her paths are peace. Are they? Not if she's like promoting God.
Yeah,
God's
right.
way is war.
Yeah.
Wisdom is peace, and God is war.
Right.
Okay. She is a tree of life to those who take hold of her. Those who hold her fast will be blessed. Mwah. By wisdom the Lord laid the earth's foundation. By understanding he set the heavens in place. By his knowledge the watery depths were divided, and the clouds let drop the dew.
So it was all wisdom that allowed for creation to be made.
Yeah.
Interesting. And they present wisdom as a woman. So this could, we've talked about this before. The pastor that we used to have briefly when we went to a church, he used to talk about the man and the woman, the two sides of God.
Yeah.
And this could be what he's kind of getting at, which is an interesting concept. And while I don't appreciate the fear and the everything else, I'm appreciating this unique take on what religion could mean in the Christian realm of things.
I think it's interesting that being smart and using your brain hole is womanly.
Right.
That's
right.
Cool.
No, it's...
Men are dumb. They have penises. They just like to fuck. What can you do?
Yeah, it is
Women
interesting.
are the ones with the brains, as we all know.
But yet they treat them as secondary and subjugated people.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's really
so weird. Yeah. My son, do not let wisdom and understanding out of your sight. Preserve sound judgment and discretion. They will be life for you, an ornament to grace your neck. Then you will go on your way in safety, and your foot will not stumble. They talk about wearing these things as necklaces around your neck a lot.
They sure do.
Interesting.
I think they're trying to say keep it close.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So.
When you lie down, you will not be afraid. When you lie down, your sleep will be sweet. Have no fear of sudden disaster or of the ruin that overtakes the wicked. For the Lord will be at your side and will keep your foot from being snared. In all those nets. Remember in Psalms, it was always the nets and the snares and the traps that you get caught in.
Right.
But if you just trust in wisdom, you won't get caught in those.
But, yeah, okay.
Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to act. Do not say to your neighbor, come back tomorrow and I'll give it to you, when you already have it with you. Do not plot harm against your neighbor who lives trustfully near you. Do not accuse anyone for no reason when they have done you no harm. Do not envy the violent or choose any of their ways. For the Lord detests the perverse, but takes the upright into his confidence.
Sounds like the people that wrote Proverbs needed to talk to the people that wrote Psalms.
I agree. I totally agree.
About how they treat, other people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously these aren't the same people that wrote all
Right.
And it shows.
Yeah, it does.
The Lord's curse is on the house of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. He mocks proud mockers.
Mocking you mockers. You mockers.
Mock the mockers.
Yeah.
That just...
I'm going to mock you.
Seems like pointless.
That's really dumb.
Yeah.
Like you literally just turned into the thing that you're... What?
Yeah. Like childish much.
Right?
He mocks proud mockers, but shows favor to the humble and oppressed. The wise inherit honor, but fools get only shame. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So Proverbs chapter 3, we are still in the didactic discourses, which are chapters 1 through 9, exhortations to embrace wisdom, the personification thereof.
Okay.
These were further benefits of wisdom and exhortations to obedience. And chapter 3, as we read, has the following structure: trusting God from verses 1 through 12, and commendation of wisdom from verses 13 through 35.
Okay.
And I thought this was interesting. Have you heard of In-N-Out Burger?
Yes.
It's a California chain.
Sure.
Very popular fast food place.
Right. I mean, if we've heard of it here in Ohio, obviously.
We don't have them here, but we've heard of them because they talk about them.
Right.
On a lot of the podcasts that I listen to that are based out of LA, they talk about In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah.
And people have mixed feelings, much like Five Guys down here.
Sure.
Like everybody either loves them or is like, they're overrated.
Right.
And that's kind of what I gather is In-N-Out Burger.
Got it.
Well, their milkshake cups, the bottom of their cups has the text Proverbs Chapter 3, verse 5, which reads, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." And I found that very interesting because I have heard lots about In-N-Out Burger. I've heard it's great. I've heard it's overrated. I've heard it's too expensive for what it is. And I've heard it's really great and they make great fries or whatever.
But you didn't know that they were pitching Christianity on the bottom of their cups.
I did not ever once hear that they are a Christian organization.
Right.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
And it makes me want to reach out to all of the podcasts that I listen to.
Right. And be like, did you know?
Did you know? Because I don't think that...
Well, and specifically that quote, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, it's telling you to not think for yourself, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, okay, no, fuck off. I'm good.
Yeah, exactly.
So is that all we got today?
That's all we got today.
So we started the new book.
We started a new book. We got into it.
Yeah.
And we're 3 chapters in.
Yeah, that was Proverbs Chapters 1 through 3. Mm-hmm. And then tomorrow we will be back. Hopefully you guys didn't miss us too much while we were gone. And we'll be back tomorrow with...
Proverbs Chapters 4 through 6.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Yep. Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
We started Proverbs.
We sure as fuck did.
Yeah, and there was some story stuff, which is better than Psalms.
It wasn't stories. It was some...
story-ish.
Lessons and admonishments.
Right. At least it wasn't like an attempt at 2,000-year-old poetry.
Yeah.
Repurposed through, really bad translations.
To sound like Vogon poetry.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I
would have preferred Vogon poetry, truth be told.
Right. And for those who don't know, that's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes.
Just for the record.
Highly recommend. Book, not movie. Book, not movie.
Right.
Book, not movie.
Right. But the BBC series isn't bad.
But book, not movie.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
If you're going to pick one to watch.
Just
read the BBC series.
Read the fucking book. Just read the fucking book.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Jeez.
Not you.
I know,
okay.
But I'm the one here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yesterday we did Proverbs Chapters 1 and 2.
And 3.
And 3, that's right.
1 through 3.
And today...
Because the first 9 are the didactic discourses.
Right.
And so we're reading them in sets of 3 just to get that first set because Proverbs is a collection of collections. And we want to just get that first collection of the collection out of the way.
Right.
Okay.
So today we're going to be reading...
Proverbs 4, 5, and 6.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, Proverbs 4.
4.
Chapter 4.
The fourth one.
The fourth of them.
The Proverbs. Mm-hmm. The things that we're reading.
To me, the first line reads like a song.
A song.
So I'm just going to play what went through my head here.
Okay.
Listen, my sons, to a father's instruction. Pay attention and gain understanding. I give you sound learning, so do not forsake my teaching. That literally is what went through my head, and I have no idea why. But does it not sound like the beginning of...
Stay tuned for our iTunes release.
Oh my God. I mean, couldn't you just, picture it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, it sounds kind of folksy or
Sure, yeah.
Soft pop from the 70s or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Soft rock, not soft pop.
Okay.
Right?
Right, sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. You're placating me. You totally disagree. Okay, anyway. For I too was a son to my father, still tender and cherished by my mother.
Okay.
See, this sounds like a song.
Yeah.
Then he taught me. That dado of mine.
Yeah.
And he said to me, take hold of my words with all your heart. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. The little boy blue and the man in the moon. One. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when.
Don't know what's going on tonight.
We'll be together then.
I'm not sure it's a good thing.
Take hold of my...
We'll see, I don't know.
Take hold of my words with all your heart. Keep my commands and you will live. I mean, there's a little bit crossover. Right. Get wisdom.
Get wisdom.
Got milk?
It's at Costco. Get
understanding. Do not forget my words or turn away from them.
Okay.
Do not forsake wisdom. Remember how I said...
I mean, that woman over there that's sitting there.
Yeah, I told you got to get her. Get her. What she got, you got to get it, put it in your brain.
Anybody have wisdom's number? We need to reach out to her, see what's up.
Don't forsake her, and she will protect you. Love her, and she will watch over you. The beginning of wisdom is this. Ready?
I'm ready.
Get wisdom. That's it. That's our bumper sticker.
I'm thinking about a shirt that says "Got Wisdom," just like the "Got Beef," like you said. Yeah.
Got beef. It's not got beef. Got milk. You're thinking of Arby's. We have the meats.
No. Yeah. No, I'm thinking of eat more chicken or eat more beef.
Chicken.
No, eat more beef.
Eat more beef.
Or no, eat more chicken. Yeah, you're right.
Where's the beef?
Man, I'm getting all my fucking commercials mixed up.
You really are, because there was that commercial from way back when that said, "Where's the beef?"
Yeah, that's true.
See,
yeah.
so
that's a real callback to an old Wendy's commercial.
Was it Wendy's?
It was Wendy's.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
Which one it was? Yeah, you got them all mixed up.
I did.
Got milk is the one, and
my birthday's coming up. I'm getting old. I'm just
You literally had to ask me, how old am I this year?
I know, right? That's
when you hit your mid to late 40s.
You stop caring.
But it's when you have to start counting, what year was I born, and then you count by decade until you catch up, and then you're okay, 40, 41, 42, like that. That's how you do.
Well, because what did you do last year for birthday? Well, I probably paid bills or something. I don't know. So that's the excitement that I went to work. Paid
updated
bills,
our vehicle registration.
Yeah,
that's what we do for your birthday.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, way off track here.
Mm-hmm.
Though it cost all you have, get understanding.
Oh, now we got to get understanding.
First you get wisdom, and then once you know a thing, then you got to understand it.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Wait,
isn't wisdom kind of understanding?
Well, I think it depends on if wisdom is knowledge, because sometimes you can know stuff but not know how to apply it. So to me, wisdom means that not only do you know it, but you also know how to apply it. But I feel like they're using wisdom here to only mean knowledge.
Okay.
Without the understanding of how to apply it.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
No, but okay.
Well, they're saying get wisdom, and then once you have wisdom, get understanding.
Right. Okay.
So.
Sure, in context, I guess it's fine.
Cherish her, understanding, so she's a bitch too. Cherish her.
These are two separate people, though.
Apparently.
Okay.
And she will exalt you. Embrace her. Yeah. And she will honor you. She will give you a garland. Yeah, she will. To grace your head. And present you with a glorious crown. That just sounds so sexual, doesn't it? Am I crazy?
I mean, that's debatable, but
Okay, but did that or did that not sound sexual?
The way you said it, for sure, yes.
Okay, listen, my son. Accept what I say, and the years of your life will be many. I instruct you in the way... It's the beats. It's the syllables. It sounds like a poetry setup.
Yeah.
Listen, my son, accept what I say, and the years of your life will be many. It's perfect syllable break.
Right.
That's why I feel like it sounds like a song, because of the way the words fall.
Sure.
Okay. Sorry. I instruct you in the way of wisdom and lead you along straight paths. When you walk, your steps will not be hampered. When you run, you will not stumble. Hold on to instruction. Do not let go. Guard it well, for it is your life.
Do you got to do this while you're running down the straight path?
Yeah, hold on to the rope.
Okay.
Don't let go of the rope.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Checking there.
Remember the Minotaur, the story of the Minotaur. I think it was Ariadne gave what's-his-butt a ball of string to make it through the maze. I'm talking about Greek stories, Greek mythology.
Sure.
He had to get through the maze, and not get killed by the Minotaur.
Got it.
So she gave him a ball of string, like a ball of yarn.
Okay. All right.
And so hold on to that. That ball of yarn is understanding.
Got it.
See?
Yeah.
Like it's a what's that word? Like symbolism. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. Hold on to your knowledge. Hold on to your wisdom. Hold on to your understanding rope.
Yeah.
Okay. Do not set foot on the path of the wicked or walk in the way of evildoers. Avoid it. Do not travel on it. Turn from it and go on your way.
That would mean you'd have to turn off the straight path, though.
No.
Because you're on a straight path. If you got to turn, that means it's not a straight path anymore.
Turn away from evil. I
know, but if it's,
No, you see the road turning and you're like, nope. And you keep turning the other way. You turn your back
straight,
against it.
You turn away straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not going to do no evil.
Yeah.
My string's pulling me this way.
Okay.
For they cannot rest until they do evil. You know how it's black and white and bad people are like evil for the sake of evil and they're out to get you.
Sure.
They are robbed of sleep till they make someone stumble. Those bad guys are. They eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence.
Oh, man.
They are so bad.
Someone's missing a marketing scheme here. Wine of violence with the bread of wickedness,
Mm-hmm. Yum.
That sounds like good stuff.
That's the opposite of Christ.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. They're missing a marketing thing. Yeah. This is good.
Yeah. One of those satanic churches or whatever should get on that.
A satanic vineyard.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like somebody should start a satanic vineyard where they have those products,
products.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be great.
The path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day. But the way of the wicked is like deep darkness. They do not know what makes them stumble. Those bad guys, they're so bad.
Yeah.
My son, pay attention to what I say. Turn your ear to my words. Do not let them out of your sight. Keep them within your heart.
Okay.
For they are life to those who find them and health to one's whole body. Milk it does the body good. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it.
Okay.
Gagoom, gagoom, gagoom. Did you remember from that movie Wolf of Wall Street where what's his butt from Texas? What's his name?
I have no idea.
Okay, he's an actor from Texas. I can't remember his name. You are
heavy on the
yeah. Okay, but in Wolf of Wall Street, he takes the guy Leonardo DiCaprio. He takes Leonardo DiCaprio's hand and puts it against his heart and he goes gagoom, gagoom, gagoom.
Okay.
So, guard your heart.
Right. Okay? Yeah.
Keep your mouth free of perversity. Keep corrupt talk far from your lips.
God damn it.
For a second, I was like, what? Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the path for your feet. And be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or the left. Keep your foot from evil.
Here's what we need to do. We should start marketing wickedness blinders. Like, how they have like the horse blinders to keep horses from seeing things going on. We're going to market this to Christians, and there'll be wickedness blinders, and they can put them on their face. That way they can only see straight ahead, and then you can walk by a Christian, and they won't even see you coming by. So.
And then
they don't have to worry about it because they won't see us wicked people.
And then you could give them some rope, and on the rope it says the rope of understanding.
Yeah.
And we're like, hold on to your rope, you'll be okay.
Just stay going that way.
Yep. Just walk straight, you'll be okay.
And when somebody comes up to you and starts preaching about, God or something, you're like, oh, I think you strayed from that path of wickedness.
You did.
Strayed from your path of righteousness or whatever.
Yeah, you're on the wrong path, my friend.
This is the path of wickedness over here. You need to go back over there.
Yeah, stay in your own lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do some Proverbs notes.
Okay.
For chapter 4.
Yeah.
Okay. And don't forget, we're still in the exhortations to embrace wisdom, aka the didactic discourses, which are chapters 1 through 9.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. This one, we're still under the beneficence of wisdom, and wisdom is supreme.
Got it.
Not the supremes, obviously.
Right.
She just is supreme. What?
Nothing. You're rare in rare form tonight. That's all.
just want to sing.
I'm just saying.
I just want to
sing. You just want to sing.
I just want to sing real bad, but I don't have a song in my heart.
Right. Got it.
Because I'm evil and I walk the bad path. All right, this one is called On Choosing Wisdom. Okay?
Okay.
And it has the following structure. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Verses 1 through 9 are get wisdom. Okay?
Yes.
And then the rest of them, 10 through 27, about the right way and the wrong way and the path,
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So get wisdom focuses on the value of wisdom, indicating that as such, it needs to be acquired at all fucking costs.
I see.
Okay? You need to get it, and you need to get it good. Okay?
Okay.
Don't dilly-dally. Don't fuck around. Get that wisdom.
Got it.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay, and then the next one was the right way and the wrong way. The paths,
Yeah.
The metaphor of a road with two ways in one's life is important in the teaching of Proverbs, and it occurs many times.
I've noticed so far already.
Well, it's going to keep coming up.
Yeah.
Okay? So I took some notes on all the good things and all the bad things, just to recap,
Okay, sure.
The path of the wicked, it'll give you fear of stumbling. It's the way of the wicked. There's evil activities. There's twisted paths. They're shrouded in deep darkness. It hinders those who walk on it to even be able to see what their feet strike on that final fatal step.
I mean, if it was dark and twisted, that would make it hard to see.
So, like, you're going to fucking die and you won't even know what you tripped over that killed you.
I see.
Okay? Yeah. That's how bad it is. But if you stay on the way of wisdom, those are the paths of uprightness. They are straight and level. It's the good path, the secure path, and they are brightly illuminated.
So they don't take the path less traveled?
No, they don't.
Okay.
But Walt Whitman does.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I, the lesser traveled road chose, or however it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one. All right. So now we're doing Proverbs chapter 5. Ready?
I am ready.
Okay. My son.
No song this time?
My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Turn your ear to my words of insight. Okay. But listen.
I'm listening, yes.
That you may maintain discretion and your lips may preserve knowledge.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
For the lips of the adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil.
Smooth talker, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But in the end, she is bitter as gall, sharp as a double-edged sword.
Damn.
She's gonna get ya.
Well, why did she have the fucking honey dripping from her lips
Because she's an adulteress and she's tempting you. And then when you pull up her skirt, you see that she has devil horns instead of a twat. She's gonna get ya. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead straight to the grave. She gives no thought to the way of life. Her paths wander aimlessly, but she does not know it. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I say. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you lose your honor to others and your dignity to one who is cruel. Lest strangers feast on your wealth and your toil enrich the house of another.
Wasn't there like rules to like, don't you like kill adulterous women and stuff? So, but like these people apparently all know that these women are adulterous and have honey dripping from their lips, and yet they're still around. So, what the fuck?
They're assuming that this is either a married woman that's cheating on her husband because she a hoe, and it's all her fault, and there could be no other story there. Okay, there's nothing else happening. This occurred in a vacuum.
It sounds to me like a few of the guys in town are getting some on the side, and they're just like,
Or there's a prostitution house.
Right, yeah.
And either way, you're going to lose your honor and potentially piss off a husband who finds out, and he's going to get you.
Right.
Okay, and he's going to take all your land and stuff because you fucked a married woman.
Yeah.
So don't do it. At the end of your life, you will groan when your flesh and body are spent. You will say, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I would not obey my teachers or turn my ear to my instructors, and I was soon in serious trouble in the assembly of God's people. If only, if only.
Only I hadn't been tempted by that adulteress. Yeah, my God.
I blame her for my problems.
Yeah.
I bear no responsibility for my choices.
There's that honey that was dripping from her lips.
If I wasn't tempted by her beauty things.
If there hadn't been honey on her lips, we'd have been just fine, but it was the honey.
Just to make sure, you do realize that it's metaphorical honey.
Know.
I'm just checking because you keep talking about the honey on her lips.
Because it's just so stupid.
It is.
Like, they're saying that this woman is going to
walking around showing her titties.
Right. And it's the man is being led astray.
Well, yeah, that's why girls can't wear tank tops at school.
Not that the man went down there knowing that what he was going to find and chose to be there, because that's more than likely what actually happened.
That's why boys rape girls, because girls wear tank tops at school. And that's why boys fail tests, because they saw a girl's shoulder.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And her skirt was too short, so
bullshit.
They had to rape her. They had to. They could not stop themselves from humping that. They had to do it. It's her fault.
Yeah, no.
She wore that skirt that day.
No.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
So you're saying that even if she did wear a low-cut tank top and a short skirt and kind of look like she was shaking it, you're saying she still doesn't deserve to be raped?
What I'm saying is, regardless of what anybody is wearing, they don't deserve to be raped.
So you're saying that even if I were naked walking down the street and then I did the splits naked in the middle of the road.
Correct.
That I still don't deserve to be raped?
Even if you have honey dripping from your lips. Correct.
On my lips?
On your lips, yeah.
Oh, wow. And even then it's not the man's fault?
Correct.
Wow.
Well, no. I said no.
I mean, even then it's not the woman's fault?
I was you're making me say the wrong thing here. I'm like, well, no, that's not what I was saying.
No, I messed up.
At all.
Messed up. You're saying it's still not the woman's fault?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not what the Bible says.
Apparently not.
The Bible says that it's always the girl's fault.
Nope.
Drink water from your own cistern. He's saying stay in your lane.
Right.
Running water from your own well. Don't be going over there into that neighbor's yard.
Right.
You stay where the grass ain't greener over there.
Yeah. Should
your springs overflow in the streets, your streams of water in the public squares, do you need to fuck the whole neighborhood? Let them be yours alone, never to be shared with strangers. You lock your wife up. Don't be sharing her. You lock her up in the attic. Okay? Mm-hmm. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. I'll get to that.
Okay. You said wife of your youth?
Yeah. You husband.
Okay.
The wife of your youth.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You rejoice in the wife of your youth.
Okay.
Okay. I'll get back to that.
All right.
A loving doe, a graceful deer. May her breast satisfy you always. May you ever be intoxicated with her love. Why, my son, be intoxicated with another man's wife? Ain't your own wife got titties? Why embrace the bosom of a wayward woman? Again, I say, ain't your wife got dem titties?
I just hate how much blame they're putting on women over this. I'm like, fuck you. That's not what this is.
It's gross. They're gross. They're gross, and men are gross. I really think they're doing men a disservice because they are literally saying men cannot be responsible for what their penises do.
Look,
and I'm like saying, I've said it before and I'll say it again. That's fine if that's the route we want to take. But then men are monkeys who don't get to have driver's licenses and vote and be in charge of things. You cannot have it both ways. Either you're an animal not in charge of what your penis does and you have to fuck all the time, or you're a human being responsible for your actions and you get to choose if you're going to have sex. And if you rape somebody, that's on you.
Look, I'm not saying that women never seduce a man. That definitely happens. But
what did he do? Fall into her vagina?
Hold on. I'm not done. I'm saying if that man then chooses to have sex with that woman and he is married, that is his choice.
Right.
It's not the woman's fault.
Right.
So whether it's raping or choosing to have sex, either way, it's still the man's fault.
Right.
It doesn't matter whether it was consensual or not. It is still the man's choice to do that thing.
Like, I could never understand when your husband cheats on you, right? And then you're mad at the girl instead of your husband. And you're like, stay away from my man. And I'm like, your man don't want you. Or he wants his cake and eat it too.
Right.
Like, why are you mad at the girl that he cheated with? Even if she was the skankiest hoe bag and was flirting with him every day. He fucked her.
Right.
Willingly. What? I cannot understand.
It bothers me because it's been a theme in the Bible since the beginning, starting with Adam and Eve. And when they blamed Eve for the
everything.
Fruit of the tree and taking that first bite of the apple. Mm-hmm. Or not the apple, the fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, but Adam was literally right there.
Standing next to her.
The woman gets all the fucking blame.
And she wasn't even there when he made that rule to not eat it.
And he's got to toil in the land, but she has to endure fucking horrible pain through childbirth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ridiculous. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
It is bullshit. It's bullshit. And the fact that it still permeates our classrooms today and how a woman has to quote unquote dress appropriately, to make sure so as not to distract the boys.
Right. Well, and that was the start of literally men were going to be ruling over women. Like that's what it said in Genesis. Men mm-hmm. will rule over the woman.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Because she ate the fucking fruit? Fuck you.
Yeah.
He was right there.
Yeah.
They collectively ate the fucking fruit.
They did.
So piss off about that shit. That's a bullshit point.
And also, Adam's a whiny bitch. I was there and I saw it happen. Okay? He's a whiny fucking bitch. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
For your ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines all your paths. The evil deeds of the wicked ensnare them. The cords of their sins hold them fast. For lack of discipline, they will die, led astray by their own great folly. Those fuckers. They will die, those fuckers.
I'd like to see the study that shows the wicked people die quicker than the non-wicked people.
Right?
Like, where's the scientific proof of this?
I know we like to say karma's a bitch, but, if we're really being honest, karma doesn't exist except insofar as reap what you sow. Like, if you are a rotten person and you surround yourself with rotten people,
sure,
then you...
No, I will grant you this. If you live a dangerous lifestyle
mm-hmm.
and you do drugs a lot, and you're probably going to die quicker than other people. But it's not because you're an evil person. It's because you're doing you are participating in risky behavior.
Right.
Unprotected
sex with a billion different partners. Yeah, you're likely going to get an STD or whatever.
Right.
So
it's you. At some level, you do reap what you sow, but it doesn't mean that you're an evil person.
Right. It's not a reflection on your morals and values. It's a reflection on your behaviors that put you there.
Right.
You can still be a really decent person.
I think at some level we can all make better choices.
Sure.
There's none of us out there what's the thing about casting the first, may the innocent person cast the
first
stone or whatever, right?
The glass house.
Right, yeah. So, none of us are innocent. We've all done something that's not correct. And some people make more bad choices. It doesn't make them a bad person.
Right.
It just means that they fucked up more, and maybe they wanted to. Maybe they have reasons to. I don't know.
Or maybe they don't have their shit together.
Right. We don't know their story.
Right.
So.
Yeah. You got to walk in somebody else's shoes before you be a shithead to them.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do some Proverbs Chapter 5 notes.
Okay.
Again, we're still in didactic discourses, chapters 1 through 9.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a warning against unchastity, aka adultery.
Got it.
And it has the following structure. Verses 1 through 14 urge you to avoid the seductress. Listen carefully to receive the necessary knowledge for avoiding entanglement with her. The word entanglement made me pause for a minute because that's how Jada Pinkett Smith referred to her liaison with her son's friend. She referred to it as an entanglement. And I'm like, no, you're a nasty ass pedo. who you fucked your child's friend and you gross.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's entanglement.
Right.
Look out for that entanglement. The seductress makes use of her natural sex appeal because, we already covered that.
Yeah.
And any promise of pleasure and enjoyment will instead bring harm to herself or to her victims as the seductress travels the path to Sheol.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that was verses 1 through 14, and then verses 15 through 23 says, be faithful to your wife. She got titties that you should love.
Yeah.
This passage more specifically addresses married men, mainly advising that the best way of avoiding the temptation of the seductress is that he remain faithful to his wife and derive sexual satisfaction from her and her alone. Okay?
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I just can't with that.
It's dumb.
The whole thing's dumb. It is dumb because, what about people who are in open marriages that are, or open relationships that are consensual?
There's all kinds of different scenarios out there that people are involved in.
Or, thruples or whatever.
Right.
What is the threesomes and thruples and I don't fucking know. Anyway, groups.
Yeah.
Group marriages or whatever.
Right.
It's not for me, but I'm not going to tell somebody else not to do it if it works for them. Shit, man.
Right.
You find somebody I love in this life, I'm all for it.
Yep.
All right. Chapter 6. I'm a little bit out of breath because I got myself worked up. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, if you have shaken hands in pledge for a stranger, you have been trapped by what you said, ensnared by the words of your mouth. Okay?
Okay.
They don't mean put up security for your neighbor. They don't mean put up a security camera.
I was gonna say, did they get Simply Safe or something?
No, they did not get Simply Safe. If Simply Safe wants to sponsor us, they know the number. Yeah. Anyway, no, security capital, you're borrowing, you're borrowing something, and so you give them your TV to hold for you while you take their money, and then when you pay them back, then you get your TV back.
Got it.
What is that called?
A loan or
collateral.
Right.
Collateral. That's what they mean. Security is collateral. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're making your neighbor give you collateral, you're bad. Or if your neighbor makes you have collateral, he's bad.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys shook hands to pledge something,
that
you're bad.
Enough. Oh, that's
bad.
That's bad. Okay.
Yeah, you're trapped by what you said and snared by the words of your mouth. I don't really fully understand that.
I don't think that makes any sense, actually.
It really doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay.
And honestly, I think that collateral is solid.
I think that goes against other things that have already been said in the Bible.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of places where they create deals and shake hands and do things like that.
So do this, my son, to free yourself, since you have fallen into your neighbor's hands. Go to the point of exhaustion and give your neighbor no rest. Allow no sleep to your eyes, no slumber to your eyelids. Free yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the snare of the fowler. They're saying, hurry up, work hard, get yourself out of that fucking deal.
Oh, okay.
Pay it off as fast as possible and don't do it again.
Got it.
Stupid.
Okay.
That's what this is saying.
Got it.
Go to the ant, you sluggard. They're saying don't be lazy either.
Okay. Yeah.
Consider its ways and be wise. There's that wisdom again. Mm-hmm. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler. Well, it does.
So what? What are they talking about?
An ant.
An ant.
It has no commander, no overseer.
Oh, they're literally talking
ruler.
about an ant.
Yeah.
I was thinking
an auntie?
Yeah, all
no,
right.
Not an auntie, like a critter.
Okay.
Like an insect.
Yeah.
Except it's saying that it just manages to do what it's supposed to do all by itself. And I'm like, no, actually it's kind of a zombie and uses its little antennas to smell where it's supposed to go, and those paths are actually laid by commanders and overseers and rulers, and they do have a queen ant. So this whole analogy falls apart.
Yeah.
Anyway, go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest.
Okay.
Because, that's what they're supposed to do.
Sure.
How long will you lie there, you sluggard?
Jeez.
So somebody bring me my coffee.
Right.
When will you get up from your sleep? When I have an obligation. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. Yeah. Everybody work. Everybody get that Protestant work ethic. Work hard. Work 12-hour days. Work. Never have a weekend. Don't have days off. Work, 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 work. Okay?
Yep.
Everybody work, 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 work. I was doing Beyonce just then.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the rest of the song.
Yeah.
I'm not. Ooh, ready? I'm about to piss off the world. I'm not a Bee fan. Ooh.
I don't really know enough to know one way or the other, honestly.
I don't hate her nothing. Like, I don't think she's bad. Her music just ain't my thing, and I don't understand all the hype.
Right.
But whatevs.
Sure.
Anyway, a troublemaker and a villain who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who winks maliciously with his eye, signals with his feet, and motions with his fingers, who plots evil with deceit in his heart. He always stirs up conflict. You know that guy? The
one that moves his feet and points at things?
He's making all kinds of gestures and stuff.
Oh, okay.
He's winking maliciously.
Winks. That's got to be, like, I'm imagining the story I'm reading, and it just says winks maliciously.
Yeah.
I'm like, Okay. All right.
Okay. Therefore, disaster will overtake him in an instant. Oh, he's going to be sorry. He will suddenly be destroyed.
Suddenly. Okay.
Without remedy.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, if you're destroyed, I don't know that there is a remedy for that, but,
Right?
So.
Yeah. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him. Okay, ready? This is where we get the 7 deadly sins.
There's only 6 that he hates, but 7 that are detestable.
Yeah.
What's the difference between hate and detestability?
I have no idea.
Which one is the one that he is only detesting versus hating?
I'm about to fucking read them. Okay. But they're the 7 deadly sins.
Right. Yeah, I figured that, but I'm just like, what's this one that's not quite?
Haughty eyes.
Yeah, I've heard him say that before.
Don't you have those eyes that are haughty?
Right.
A lying tongue. Don't you tell no lies.
Mm-hmm.
Hands that shed innocent blood, so murderers.
Right.
A heart that devises wicked schemes. Don't be a schemer.
Yeah.
Feet that are quick to rush into evil. Be
Okay.
slow to rush into evil.
Yeah,
you can still rush, but just rush slowly.
Yeah. Kind of mosey into the evil, maybe.
A false witness who pours out lies. Don't be a liar against your neighbor.
Didn't they just say that?
They said don't be a liar. Now they're saying don't be a liar against people.
Oh, okay.
And a person who stirs up conflict in the community. That's me. That is me. I am that boat rocker, that wave maker, that noisy bitch that points to the trash and says, hey, I just saw you litter. You want to pick this shit up?
Right.
I ain't your mom.
Yeah.
I ain't your fucking wife.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. My son. Ready?
Yeah.
Keep your father's command and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them always on your heart. Fasten them around your neck. Write that shit down.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Put it on a sticky note. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. That's not creepy. When you awake, they will speak to you. No. I like silence when I wake up. Do not talk to me when I first wake. For this command is a lamp, this teaching is a light, and correction and instruction are the way of life. Keeping you from your neighbor's wife. I gotta keep you from the neighbor's wife. I gotta keep you from that next door neighbor.
Yeah, if we don't teach you correctly, you'll just always be over there with that neighbor's wife. Mm-hmm.
From the smooth talk of a wayward woman. Yeah, if I don't teach you better, you might think you can just go around fucking whatever.
Right.
Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. She's got Betty Davis eyes. No? No?
You're just a singing fool today.
I am a fool.
I don't know what's going on, but
for a prostitute can be had for a loaf of bread. Damn! She charging way too low. But another man's wife preys on your very life.
What?
You can hire a prostitute for the price of a loaf of bread. Huh. But if you fuck your neighbor or somebody who's married, that's bad. You might die.
Given that inflation incorporates the cost of goods, I don't think that's correct.
No,
I mean, you couldn't. I don't think you could go to a prostitute and be like, "I got a loaf of bread, yo."
I mean, I mean, maybe throw in some eggs and bread so she could at least make some like French toast.
Maybe.
I don't.
Maybe.
I
back
honestly,
when the price of eggs spiked, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So. I honestly don't know the price of a prostitute, so
nor do I. But
I'm interested. If anybody knows,
yeah, what's
like
the going rates?
Honestly, like I really would like to know what is the price of a prostitute.
But definitely, probably got to be more than a loaf of bread.
I'm willing to bet.
I really hope it's more than a loaf of bread.
I do too. That would make me sad if it wasn't more than the price of a loaf of bread.
Right.
I would be like,
seems an awful, Yeah.
Like,
no.
Just hold out for just a little bit more.
Right.
Just a little bit more.
But maybe through mass production, the cost of a loaf of bread has actually come down over time, incorporating inflation.
Maybe it used to be more expensive. Maybe it used to be like $100 a loaf.
Right. Well,
who could even afford a loaf of bread?
There was a lot more work that would have gone into it back then,
That's
right?
True.
For individual work, you don't have to just go out and buy it, and the machine doesn't make the shit,
That's true. Or bag it up.
Right.
Put the
so maybe that meant more back then.
Okay, so maybe how much do you think a loaf of bread cost back then?
I don't know. I mean, there's no way to know because, like, the price of inflation, everything was in the barter system back then too.
No, I understand that. I'm trying to think about how much do you think a prostitute would have cost then versus now? Like, how much do you think a prostitute should cost?
I don't know.
I don't either. But
I will say that I think that probably bread back then was
very
a higher
expensive.
price, a much higher price than it would be now, just because of the amount of work that goes into creating a loaf of bread.
Right.
Especially a good loaf of bread or whatever,
So if she was fucking somebody for a meal, then that might have been okay, I guess. Yeah, that might have been okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know.
Nor do I. Okay. But I'm trying to think about it differently and say, okay,
that's what I'm.
Loaf of bread today maybe doesn't mean as much,
Yeah, like it means something different because you would need money for a meal and a place to sleep and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So you would need to hold out for more than the cost of a loaf of bread.
Right.
So these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we agree on that then.
Sure.
Okay. Can a man scoop fire into his lap without his clothes being burned?
No.
I tried. I dropped.
I mean, maybe just very briefly.
Remember last night we were roasting hot dogs and my wiener fell in the fire. God damn it!
You also eat your marshmallows on fire, basically.
I do.
They're like you char them. I mean,
love char it. Them. Oh, I love charred marshmallows. Oh, yes, I love it.
Like, I want mine to just have the slightest hint of golden brown.
I like black on the outside and melty goo on the inside. So delicious.
I do not understand that.
But I also like my steak really well done.
You do.
So
which I also don't like.
I know. I like my marshmallows done.
I want mine to have a little moo still in it.
No, I want my marshmallows to be very dead. Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched?
I mean, I've seen it done.
Some can. Yeah. Some can. I have seen that. So is he who sleeps with another man's wife. No one who touches her will go unpunished. I read that wrong. Mm-hmm. So is he who sleeps with another man's wife. You're risking walking on hot coals or putting fire into your
got it. Yeah, you're playing with fire. You're blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Whatever. No one who touches her will go unpunished. Don't touch that prostitute.
Touched her.
What are you, two? People do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his hunger when he is starving. That's good. I'm glad.
That's good, yeah.
Yet if he is caught, he must pay sevenfold, though it costs him all the wealth of his house. He has a house?
I mean, yeah, right. Yeah.
I mean, if he has a house, then he's doing okay, right?
I mean, I guess. I mean, not necessarily.
I don't know what mortgages were like.
You can still be starving,
Right, but they had ways for the hungry to be fed.
I used to run a store that we sold food at, and I had a kid steal a loaf of bread and some lunch meat, and I chased him for a second, but then I didn't even call the cops because I was like, whatever.
It's different if they came in like there were a lot of times people were coming in and stealing Tide Pods. And you were like, absolutely not.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Because they were selling them for drugs, right?
It's not... Oh, yeah,
so
for sure.
That's different.
Yeah, no, I mean, and it wasn't... Like, most people try to steal a lot of stuff. And this literally just stole lunch meat and bread.
Like,
and I'm
clearly this kid needed a sandwich.
Like, it would have been all of, like, $5, you know? I'm like, whatever.
I mean, that would be like if I saw somebody come in and steal a pack of diapers. I would have such a hard time being mad at them. Yeah. I'm not saying it's right to steal. I'm just saying I wouldn't try hard to catch them.
Right.
Like, somebody that steals diapers, like, that's hard up. They need those diapers.
Right.
Don't punish the baby, you know?
Yeah.
It's not the baby's fault.
Right.
Let the baby have the damn diapers.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. A man who commits adultery has no sense. I mean, most men have no sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. Destroy.
Yeah.
Blows and disgrace are his lot.
Mm.
They mean blows like beating you over the head, not like blowjobs.
Right.
And disgrace. Those are your lot.
I knew that.
I was just making sure anybody listening knew that as well.
Yeah.
Because I had to read a couple times in my head. I was like, blows. Blows and disgrace. Oh, blows, like come to blows, like beating you up, like punching.
Yeah.
Punching and disgrace are your lot if you do that, okay?
Got it.
And shame will never be wiped away. For jealousy arouses a husband's fury, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. No mercy. Sweep the leg. No mercy. He will not accept any compensation. He will refuse a bribe, however great it is. Mm. Yeah, if you fuck somebody's wife, you cannot bribe the man after. You got to get his permission up front.
Right.
All right. Proverbs Chapter 6 notes. We're still in the didactic courses, which are chapters 1 through 9. We only have one more set to go tomorrow. This one was warnings against idleness, falsehood, adultery, and folly. And this chapter has the following structure. Okay. Mm-hmm. Chapters 1 through 19 were warnings. There's 4 of them. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Verses 1 through 5 talked about dangerous promises, a warning against acting as a guarantor for debts.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then verses 6 through 11 talked about the folly of indolence, meaning don't be lazy and don't encourage diligence. No, wait. Do encourage diligence.
Right.
Be diligent. Don't be lazy.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 12 through 19 talks about the wicked man, and that breaks down into 2. It's a warning of the danger of the scoundrel and warning of things that the Lord hates, the 7 vices.
Sure.
Okay. So that was the 4 things that fell under dangerous promises. Okay.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, that fell under the 4 warnings. Okay. Yeah. So that was verses 1 through 19. Now we're at verses 20 through 35, which is the rest of it.
Yep.
And that's the price of adultery. Beware. Okay.
Yep.
And that's the whole chapter.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was Proverbs chapters 4 through 6.
Yep.
And tomorrow we'll be back with Proverbs chapters 7 through 9. And that will end those didactic discourses.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Yep. Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember where we're at?
We are in Psalms. And
we are not.
No, we're not in Jesus. God. I suck. No, we're in Proverbs.
We are in Proverbs.
This is the 3rd episode in. I'm still my brain has to transition. Mm-hmm. And it hasn't quite gotten there yet. Sure. So
and Proverbs are a little bit better than Psalms, I think we decided thus far.
Yeah, I think as far as, being able to have some feedback for what they're saying, it feels a little bit more meaty.
It's readable.
Yeah.
The readability factor is there.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. So I think yesterday we read chapters 4 through 6.
Correct.
And we're in the midst of a set of 9. Is that correct?
Yes. The first 9 Proverbs are the didactic discourses. And so we're finishing those up today.
We're finishing them up? Oh, yeah. Because
we're on 7, 8, and 9.
Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect.
So, because Proverbs is a collection of collections.
Got it.
We are finishing the first collection.
Got it. All right, so you ready to get into this then?
I am.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. All right, we are in Proverbs Chapter 7.
Okay.
My son.
My son.
My son.
Okay.
Keep my words and store up my commands within you. Keep my commands and you will live. Guard my teachings as the apple of your eye. That actually, okay, I'm just going to interrupt myself.
Sure. Okay.
There was a brief little note about it that it translated to little man in the eye.
Really?
Like a little person in your eye, like that's running the machine, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah. But
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I
thought that was interesting.
Well, I was going to ask, like, do you get they want you to store all this stuff in yourself or whatever? Do you get like a floppy disk or something? I get those that are outdated. Yeah, but what do you call them now? They're the USB drive. You get a thumb drive, right?
Yeah, you give it to the guy in your eye.
And he's got a thumb drive holder?
He's got an apple.
Just insert it right into the eye there, huh?
He's got an apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they got apple, huh? Okay.
Apple of your eye.
Right, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Bind them on your fingers. Write them on the tablet of your heart. See? You got a tablet in your heart.
I see.
See? Say to wisdom, you're my sister. And to insight, you're my relative.
Wait, we got insight now? We got wisdom and insight, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We do.
Did we have insight in the last chapter?
I don't think so.
I thought there was something else.
I had a note about the various people that we meet today. So I don't think we met anybody but wisdom personified.
Got it.
Yesterday.
They're personifying a lot of interesting things.
It's very Greek of them. They will keep you from the adulterous woman, from the wayward woman with her seductive words.
You always got to worry about those adulterous, seductive women with the honey on their lips.
That bitch with the honey.
They got the fucking honey.
That bitch with the honey better stay back. I'm going to punch her in the twat.
Why do they always got to have honey on their lips?
Stay away from my man. At the window of my house, I looked down through the lattice.
Okay.
So now this is
the person.
The author, not the author, the narrator is telling a story, a proverb, if you will.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, an anecdote.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So at the window of my house, I looked down through the lattice. I saw among the simple, I noticed among the young men, a youth who had no sense. So he's talking to the dum-dums. He's like, oh, look at that group of dum-dums. Oh, and among that group of dum-dums, there's this one kid.
This is the guy that like shakes his cane at you and tells you to get off your fucking lawn.
Get off my lawn! Yeah, this kid, he was going down the street near her corner, walking along in the direction of her house at twilight.
Not twilight.
As the day was fading. He's going to whorehouse.
Okay. Yeah.
As the dark of night set in. Then out came a woman to motherfucking meet him.
No fucking way. Was she a seductress?
She was dressed like a prostitute.
Fucking hell, what is he gonna do?
With crafty intent.
Jesus Christ, not crafty intent.
Yes.
Fuck.
She did.
Okay.
She is unruly and defiant, and you can tell this looking through your window. You just look at her and you can tell she is unruly and defiant. Her feet never stay at home. That bitch always in these streets.
Shit. Does she have honey on her lips?
I'm not there yet. He's still talking about her fucking feet.
Got it.
Now in the street, now in the squares, at every corner she lurks. She's a lurker.
Those corners, those bad places.
Don't
go to those corners.
This is my corner. Get your own. She took hold of him. Damn. Jeez. And kissed him.
Not that. Oh my God. This guy is such he did not stay on that straight path.
Okay, but let me tell you what. If you are walking down the road and some bitch comes up and kisses you, you better shove her into the grass and be like, bitch, I don't care that you are a woman. You do not assault me like that.
Right.
That is molestation. You don't just walk up to people and fucking kiss them.
Right.
Like, shit, man. I ask permission to hug somebody, like, the first time I meet them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a hugger. I love hugging.
But let's be honest. You can't really walk up to somebody and kiss them unless they allow for that to happen. Generally, unless they're really, really fucking forceful.
Well, that's what they're saying. She's forceful. She's defiant. She's unruly. She's out here in these streets.
I call some bullshit on that.
He is telling us that this bitch, she grabbed him.
Well, it sounds to me like he was calling the kid dumb. And so
he's a simpleton. He was just walking to the whorehouse.
This kid just allowed it to happen because he was so dumb.
He was walking to the whorehouse. And then
this woman, I mean, she was on corners and shit.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? She was on fucking corners.
Yeah. I don't know why he was walking that direction, but he shouldn't have been. Today, wait. She kissed him, and with a brazen face, she said, today, I fulfill my vows, and I have food from my fellowship offering at home. So I came out to meet you. I looked for you and I have found you. Oh, here come her honey lips.
Okay.
She's like lying and like slurp, slurp, baby.
Yeah, right.
I have covered my bed with colored linens from Egypt.
Oh, damn.
See, now we would say it's
she's
500 thread count, you know? I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon.
She's pitching hard here. She's like...
My bed smells good.
Like, this is... yeah.
My punani does not stink.
Right. She's putting on the hard sell here.
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Come, let's drink deeply of love till morning. Oh, I like that phrasing. Drink deeply of love till morning.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a really nice way of saying let's have so much sex.
But it does sound like, to me, that she's asking him to do things.
Let's enjoy ourselves with love. Oh, shit. Guess what the next sentence says?
What?
My husband is not at home.
Oh.
That was not a whorehouse.
No,
that was a house.
Yeah, okay.
So
she's just an adulteress,
She's
apparently.
just a skank.
Yeah, okay.
Who knew?
Well, whatever. I mean, you know.
She's lonely. He has gone on a long journey, and she needs something to fill her up.
Right, yeah.
He took his purse filled with money and will not be home till full moon.
I don't know how long that is, but it sounds like it must be a long time.
So she's like, oh no, he left me bereft with no dollars. Do you have any? I'll fuck you. With persuasive words, she led him astray. She seduced him with her smooth talk. Yeah, she did that. He had nothing to do with it.
Not at all. No.
Nope. He was a prisoner.
Yeah. He was just a dumb kid, you know?
Honey is sticky.
He was led astray off that straight path. He went crooked.
He walked by that lady's house.
He went left when he should have gone straight.
Yeah.
So...
All at once, he followed her like an ox going to the slaughter, like a deer stepping into a noose, till an arrow pierces his liver, like a bird darting into a snare, little knowing it will cost him his life.
Damn.
She is married, so if the husband finds out that she fucked
right, but
him,
I don't think that's why, though. I feel like this is because it's like not the straight path.
Well, there's two threats here. And they went into this in the last set of chapters, that there's two threats. One is the physical harm that will happen to you should the husband find out. He's gonna take your land. He's gonna hurt you. He might even kill you, and it will be fine if that happens.
Right.
So watch your shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other is like the spiritual punishment, which is going to hell and stuff like that.
Got it.
So she could doubly ruin him.
Okay.
Now then, my sons, listen to me. Pay attention to what I say. Do not let your heart turn to her ways or stray into her paths.
Oh, okay.
Don't go past her house.
Right.
Don't offer to mow her lawn. Okay? Many are the victims she has brought down. Her slain are a mighty throng.
Wow.
I've
got to wonder why God would allow this, quote unquote bad person to continue to live, because I thought, based on things that they said about God, or God said in Psalms and some other chapters, that he would just, kill them.
Yeah.
So
that's what I thought.
If they're a bad person.
Yeah.
And all.
Yeah.
So, but apparently not.
I don't think she's bad. She just likes sex.
Right. I mean, that's how I feel about it.
I don't know their marriage. Like, seriously.
I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do.
No.
But, I mean, it's not like she's murdering people.
She's just cheating on her husband.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I say that like it's fine to cheat on your husband.
Well, but
like I don't know your story.
Yeah.
If you are out there roaming the roads and you got somebody at home, you have problems at home probably.
Right, exactly.
I mean, that's my thinking.
Right, more than likely.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, whatever.
Right.
I don't know how to transition sometimes, and so I just keep like going
Right.
Her house is a highway to the grave, leading down to the chambers of death. Boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
right. So Proverbs Chapter 7 notes. We are still, as you pointed out, in the didactic discourses, which we are finishing up today.
Yeah.
Okay. The wiles of a harlot, warning against adulteresses. Okay. This chapter has the following structure. Verses 1 through 5 are parental instruction to accept teaching against the wiles of the harlot.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wisdom, with a capital W, is to be treated as a sister or a bride.
Right.
To counter the attraction to the adulteress.
Okay.
So use your brain.
So dumb kids just have an innate disadvantage already.
Right.
So.
Because men's brains don't finish developing fully until they're in their mid-20s? Early 20s?
I don't know. 60s? Who knows?
All right. The next set of verses, 6 through 27, is the crafty harlot. And we get an example story on the wiles of the harlot. So a proverb.
Yeah.
And then the concluding instruction to avoid the harlot.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, I thought this note was interesting, and this applies to all 3 of these chapters.
Okay.
Some early manuscripts containing the text of this chapter and the next 2.
Yeah.
In Hebrew are of Masoretic text.
Okay.
Which includes the Aleppo Codex and Codex Leningradensis. Okay.
Sure.
So they're the documents they found in Aleppo and in Leningrad.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they call them Codex whatever city they were found in.
Okay. Yep.
Fragments containing parts of these chapters in Hebrew were found among the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that?
Those I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going into chapter 8.
Okay.
Proverb number 8. Okay. Does wisdom call you out? Oh, wait. Does not wisdom call you out?
I have not heard from wisdom recently. And that it's not,
Does your brain tell you,
Sure. I don't know.
Does
Whatever.
not understanding raise her voice? Now, understanding is a separate person from wisdom. We
Much
did
like
discuss
insight
that.
was
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
okay.
No, but you were right. We talked about wisdom
and understanding
last night being separate from understanding.
Okay.
And now, so insight is who we've been in
Sure. Introduced to.
Introduced to. I could not get that word out. I was like, instruction, no. Invited, no. Introduction.
Yeah.
Okay. At the highest point along the way where the paths meet, she takes her stand. She being understanding.
Okay.
Beside the gate leading into the city, at the entrance, she cries aloud, "To you, O people, I call out. I raise my voice to all mankind. You who are simple, gain prudence. You who are foolish, set your hearts on it. Listen, for I have trustworthy things to say. I open my lips to speak what is right. My mouth speaks what is true, for my lips detest wickedness." I never understand people who say, "Trust me."
Right, because if you're talking to people who would trust you, they would trust anybody, really, if you said, "Trust me," right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the problem with society today, isn't it? Like, people just trust idiots and, because they're like, "This is the truth. I'm telling the truth." The
speaker doesn't get to be the one that declares themselves as fair or as honest or
Trump
as
that.
Trustworthy. I mean, my ex used to say, "I'm being fair."
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, people say that all the time. That is a thing that people use.
And, I had to explain, no, fairness is an objective thing that we can look at on paper. It can be quantified. You don't get to just tell me that you're being fair and then I take your word for it.
To you, that's what it is. Not to everybody that's out there in the world. Yes, I agree with you. It is something that can be put on paper and be quantified. But people don't have always the best gauge for what is fair and what is true. So it's hard to lay that out as a fact.
No, I know. So I know. It just how do you I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it's so frustrating when somebody declares themselves fair or trustworthy. I'm just like, you don't get to do that. We, the viewers, we judge you as such. Yeah. We tell you if we think you are fair or trustworthy.
Sure. Yeah.
You can't just walk around being like, "I'm awesome." Are you? All the words of my mouth are just. None of them is crooked or perverse. Just believe me because I said so.
They're spending an awful lot of time trying to sell how correct and just they are.
Honest. I'm so fucking honest.
Yeah.
Do you believe me? To the discerning, all of them are right. They are upright to those who have found knowledge. With a capital K.
Okay.
Choose my instruction instead of silver. Knowledge rather than choice gold, as opposed to that unchoice gold.
Sure. Yeah.
Some gold is better than others.
Right.
For wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her.
Okay.
I want to fuck the shit out of wisdom. I mean, if wisdom personified was walking down the road and she had honey on her lips, I would fuck her. I'm just telling you that.
There you go. See?
Because wisdom has something to offer.
Apparently more than rubies, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I, wisdom, dwell together with prudence.
Oh, now we're meeting prudence, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I possess knowledge and discretion. To fear the Lord is to hate evil. Well, that jumped a track.
Okay.
I hate pride and arrogance, evil behavior, and perverse speech. Isn't it prideful to go around boasting that you're honest and trustworthy
really is,
and righteous?
Yeah. I don't. This isn't sitting well with me because most people that tell me how wonderful and right they are, I immediately don't think that of them.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
This has the opposite effect on me.
Counsel and sound judgment are mine. I have insight. I have power. By me, kings reign and rulers issue decrees that are just. By me, princes govern and nobles, all who rule on earth. I love those who love me. Oh, I can relate to that. I too love those who love me because I'm a needy fuck. And seriously, like, if you like me, you could be the biggest asshole, but if you like me, then I instantly like you. Because I like being liked.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay? It validates me.
I see.
And those who seek me, find me. Peekaboo.
Okay. All right.
With me are riches and honor, enduring wealth and prosperity. My fruit is better than fine gold. What I yield surpasses choice silver.
Didn't they already say this? Okay.
I walk in the way of righteousness along the paths of justice, bestowing a rich inheritance on those who love me and making their treasuries full. Oh, this is so sickening.
Right.
Your lips are full of honey, bitch.
Well, it's just that they downplayed choice gold and rubies and all this stuff. Like, I'm better than these things, but I'm going to bring you these things.
Yeah.
So, like, which is it? Like, I don't...
Am I supposed to shun these things? Or
Right. Like, how do I know when it's okay to have these things?
To want riches.
Versus, I get it. They're trying to say that wisdom will bring these things if you just allow yourself to be taught by wisdom and smart and all that wonderful shit. But, I mean, the way they're pitching it is not... It sounds like a greasy salesman.
It really does. It sounds like... what's that word? Grift. It sounds like a grift. The Lord brought me forth as the first of his works, before his deeds of old. I was formed long ages ago, at the very beginning when the world came to be. When there were no watery depths, I was given birth. When there were no springs overflowing with water. Before the mountains were settled in place, before the hills, I was given birth. Before he made the world or its fields or any of the dust of the earth, I was there when he set the heavens in place, when he marked out the horizon on the face of the deep.
So I'm gathering that they left some shit out in Genesis then.
Yes,
okay.
Indeed.
All right.
When he established the clouds above and fixed securely the fountains of the deep, when he gave the sea its boundary so the waters would not overstep his command, and when he marked out the foundations of the earth.
So wait, water only stays in because God commands it to stay there? Otherwise it would just come out.
So that's why God is getting rid of Florida. Got it. Then I was constantly at his side. I was filled with delight day after day, rejoicing always in his presence, rejoicing in his whole world and delighting in mankind. Now then, my children, listen to me. Blessed are those who keep my ways. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Do not disregard it. Okay, assholes?
Yeah.
Blessed are those who listen to me, watching daily at my doors, waiting at my doorway. How do you, if you're just walking down the street, how do you know which house has the whore in it versus which house has
wisdom in it?
Wisdom in it.
Right, yeah,
Can you tell from their curtains or from the flowers in their garden bed?
I don't know.
Like, how can you tell?
If you're not already, if you already haven't found wisdom, right?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to know? That's the problem, right?
Like, you're just walking around, like...
It's just potluck.
You moved into the neighborhood and you're knocking on doors.
Right.
You know?
What if you get the harlot first?
It's not your fault. I don't think.
You were seeking wisdom, but you found honey on some chick's lips.
Yeah.
So,
and
whatever.
She, just like you, was telling me how awesome she was. Bitches are liars. Wait, what does Seth Meyers say? He says, black women and lesbians are liars.
Right. You should probably put that in context.
I should probably put that in context. On what is Seth Meyers' show?
The Late Show or something?
No,
I don't know.
Late. Is it?
I don't know. It's one of those late shows.
It's one of those late night shows.
Yeah.
He always does a segment called Jokes Seth Can't Tell.
Right.
And so he'll read the setup, and then if it's a gay joke, his writer, Jenny, will finish it with the knockout, and she's gay, so it's quote unquote okay. And then if he tells a black joke, then Amber Ruffian will do the knockout. Right. And, it's okay, quote unquote, because she's black.
And then they encourage him to tell a joke at the end.
And they're like, it'll be fine. And he's like, I really feel like I shouldn't. And so then, of course, he tells the joke and they both gasp and clutch their pearls because he's told this horribly insulting, racist, or gay bashing joke. And it's not funny. And so then he's like, black women and lesbians are liars because they threw him under the bus.
As a joke.
Right. Yeah. So it's a bit. It's a whole bit. Right. And if you're not familiar with it, I highly recommend that you watch it. They're on YouTube. They're funny.
They are on YouTube. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Now then, my children, listen to me. Blessed are those who keep my ways. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Do not disregard it. Blessed are those who listen to me, watching daily at my doors, waiting at my doorway. Somehow you tell me apart from the harlot.
I guess, yeah.
For those who find me find life and receive favor from the Lord. But those who fail to find me harm themselves. All who hate me love death. The end.
See here, the whole time I thought you only had to find God, but now you got to find wisdom and insight and prudence and what the fuck? How many goddamn people do I got to find before I can be all right?
Jesus. Don't forget to find Jesus.
Well, that's later on, but whatever.
Right. Okay, so Proverbs Chapter 8 is still part of the didactic discourses.
Yep.
And this chapter was the excellence and eternity of wisdom, and it's also called Wisdom's Call. Okay. Mm-hmm. This chapter contains wisdom's so-called second speech, because we heard the first speech in chapter 1.
Got it. Yeah.
So this is like wisdom's re-up.
Got it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. In chapter 1, though, wisdom proclaims her value. And then in chapter 3, wisdom is the agent of creation. Okay. Mm-hmm. Here in this chapter, wisdom is personified as a self-conscious divine being, distinct but subordinate to God.
Got it.
So she's not just a personification of a trait. She is also a minor deity kind of thing.
Sure.
Okay.
And I think ultimately they're trying to say that you have to have these quote unquote traits, wisdom, prudence, etc., insight,
use your brain,
in order to find in order to find God, right?
Like enlightenment.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what they're ultimately driving at.
Yeah.
But it's the way they're pitching, the way they're saying this is just so. It's so funny.
Well, here's where we go down a rabbit hole of what took me so long this evening that I did not anticipate having to take a couple extra minutes for my research.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Mm-hmm. This chapter is very significant in Gnosticism. Those Gnostics.
Yeah.
Yeah. They take wisdom to be referring to Sophia. Who's Sophia, you ask?
Right.
The divine feminine incarnation of wisdom and truth. So we're getting into some of that old Greek stuff again.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, wait, who is Sophia? And I need to know a little bit more about her.
Sure.
Okay. Sophia in Greek is wisdom and is a major theme along with capital K knowledge among many of the early Christian knowledge theologies grouped as Gnostikoi.
Okay.
Meaning knowing, or men that claimed to have deeper wisdom. Okay. So it's kind of like the intellectual. Gnosticism is like the intellectual spiritualists.
Got it.
Okay. And anyway, they had all these Greek personifications of traits.
Yeah.
And Sophia was the one for wisdom. And Gnosticism in and of itself is a 17th century term, so we're talking 1600s.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In Gnosticism, Sophia is a feminine figure analogous to the human soul, but also simultaneously one of the feminine aspects of God.
Okay. Oh.
Of God. Yes. I'm getting there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I'm getting there. Yeah. And I see where your brain is headed.
Right.
Next paragraph, please. Gnostics held that she was the syzygy, which I will explain that term in a minute.
Okay.
The female twin divine Eon. Okay. I'll get into that in a minute.
Jesus Christ.
Of Jesus. Okay. And the Holy Spirit of the Trinity.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, hold on. What? Okay. In many Gnostic systems, various emanations of God are known by such names as one with capital O.
Okay.
Monad, Aeon, Bythos, which means depth or profundity, Proarche, meaning before the beginning, Arche, meaning the beginning, and Eons.
Okay.
Aeons.
Got
okay?
it. Yeah.
And these different entities,
okay,
they form male and female pairs, which is called a syzygy.
Okay.
So to go back to what I said, Gnostics held that Sophia was the syzygy of Jesus. She was the female half of Jesus.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
So they were one and the same, but also separate, but the same person, but like cut in half kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Like that.
And this is where that pastor that we used to know, where he was talking about the female and the male side of
God. The same God.
Right.
Yeah. So yes, I was like, I see your brain going that way.
That's interesting.
And I had never heard of this stuff till he said it, and now I'm like, that doesn't seem like it would be in the Bible. And if it was, like, what? But it's like Bible adjacent.
Okay. There's a lot of Bible adjacent stuff. I mean, we could spend the rest of our lives going down
studying
fucking
Greek.
Rabbit holes.
This is all Greek stuff.
Sure.
Okay. And that's where all of this stems from, basically.
Right. I gotcha.
Sophia is considered to have fallen from grace in some way, much like, say Lucifer or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And in so doing, either created or helped to create the material world. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm done with that. I put her on our list of rabbit holes to get into for maybe like a separate episode because I was like, I need Sophia in my life.
That sounds like a deep
dive rabbit hole.
Yes.
So the structure of this chapter involves 3 cycles of wisdom's invitation. We get the first invitation, the second invitation, we get wisdom's hymn, and then we have a third invitation. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Got it.
Okay. So now I'm going to read chapter 9, and there aren't a lot of notes for chapter 9 because the interesting ones was the ones I just said.
Got it, yeah.
So let's just bring this home, okay? And we're going to finish up this book.
Okay.
This collection.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, chapter 9. Wisdom has built her house. She has set up its 7 pillars. She has prepared her meat and mixed her wine. She has also set her table. She has sent out her servants, and she calls from the highest point of the city, "Let all who are simple come to my house. Come thee hither, you dum-dums."
Wait, wisdom, who you have to get to know God, has servants.
Yes, and she sent them out.
I'm just double checking.
She wants to fuck the dum-dums.
Right.
She's inviting them in.
She wants to wisdom up the dum-dums.
She wants to feed them dinner.
Right.
She cooked meat.
Yeah.
She wants to ply them with wine and sex.
Right. Oh.
Brain sex.
Yeah, right.
To those who have no sense, she says, "Come, eat my food and drink the wine I have mixed. Leave your simple ways and you will live. Walk in the way of insight. Whoever corrects a mocker invites insults." Corrects a mocker.
What?
Whoever rebukes the wicked incurs abuse. Do not rebuke mockers or they will hate you. Rebuke the wise and they will love you.
Oh, I mean, I kind of get that.
This is the don't get down in the dirt with the pigs because then that makes you just as dirty and you're a pig too.
Yeah.
Don't fight with a dum-dum because you're arguing with a dum-dum.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying.
No, I totally agree with that actually, but it's really hard not to do sometimes.
Well, the way it was phrased, I was like, a mocker, whoever corrects a mocker invites insults. And see, I disagree with that. Like, if you are at a stand-up comedian show kind of thing, like stand-up comedy, right? And there's a mocker,
Right.
You tell that heckler to shut the fuck up.
Right.
Right? So you do indeed correct the mocker.
Yes, but I think generally speaking, you are inviting insults and stuff if you do try to go down that road. Now, if you already are aware of that and you choose to do it anyway, that's your own thing.
I'm just saying, like, people paid to hear this show, which is me telling jokes, not you, a heckler, who are disturbing this, right. What's happening. So bouncer be bounced, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, do not rebuke mockers or they will hate you. Rebuke the wise and they will love you. Because a person who is wise doesn't mind being corrected because they are just interested in knowing more and learning better.
Yeah.
Instruct the wise and they will be wiser still. Teach the righteous and they will add to their learning. I feel like me and you do this. Like, we try to acknowledge when we have fucked up and go back and correct it. And we don't mind being called out because we want to get it right and we want to know more.
Yeah, that's the whole point of this. Genuinely, I have some discussions online with people who I completely disagree with. And as long as they keep it civil and have a discussion with me, I actually really enjoy that because sometimes I learn something from them that I didn't know before, you know, and I don't mean that I am switching sides and not going to become that person.
Right.
But people do have things to offer, you know, and I say this a ton, but I do feel like most people that you disagree with outside of social media and outside of just, you know, yelling and whatever, I think that most people, you could probably sit down and have a cup of coffee with them and come to an understanding on something, you know, and it's not an easy thing to get over, especially if they're sitting in front of you wearing a MAGA hat or something like that. I was just going to say,
you know, like, this is coming awfully close to hug a Nazi.
But, you know, I'm kind of on that camp of, I'm on that side of things.
You are much kinder than I am. Like, but I don't have the wherewithal. I cannot.
Right.
Like, I would not be able to, I'm not a good enough person. I'm not a strong enough person to be able to hold my tongue and not say something.
I genuinely feel that most people mostly just perceive viewpoints incorrectly and have been brainwashed to get to where they are, that the ones that I don't agree with. And you know what, to some extent myself too. I'm not going to say that there's not things that I'm not brainwashed on. I'm sure there are.
Right.
But that's the whole point of why I feel like it's important to sit down and talk with people sometimes, because I don't think that they even know how they got. If you talk to them, they wouldn't know how they got to this point of view.
Right.
They need a different type of interaction to draw that out.
Sure.
So that's all.
Well, there's room for all of us, and I'm glad that you're on that side and you do what you do, because I don't have that in me.
Right.
Like, I'm literally incapable.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with you being the nicer of us.
I'm not saying it's nicer. It's
no,
just
you're kinder. I'm softer.
Sure.
I think.
Okay.
I mean, I cried at fucking Doctor Who today. You know?
Right.
And I've seen this episode more than once. Okay. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. For through wisdom your days will be many, and years will be added to your life. If you are wise, your wisdom will reward you. If you are a mocker, you alone will suffer. Those fucking mockers.
Yeah.
Folly is an unruly woman. She is simple and knows nothing.
Oh, man, that damn folly.
She sits at the door of her house on a seat at the highest point of the city, calling out to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. Let all who are simple come to my house. Well,
how are you supposed to? How the fuck? That's what wisdom was doing.
Wisdom said.
How can you both be doing the same thing, and the simple are supposed to know which one's which?
I'm simple, so how am I supposed to tell? Jesus
fucking
Christ.
Dumb.
This is dumb, and I hate it.
Right.
To those who have no sense, she says, stolen water is sweet. Food eaten in secret is delicious. But little do they know that the dead are there.
Oh, damn.
She got her house
dead
haunted.
Are there. Damn, she got zombies.
What? That her guests are deep in the realm of the dead.
It's going to be like a zombie orgy.
I'm not going in that house. I'm... Like, I hear a noise in the basement. I'm not going to investigate.
Right.
I am calling the cops.
But you know what? If it is a zombie orgy, they've got the moaning bit down. So that part's...
yeah, that does sound like a zombie.
Yeah.
Okay, so that finishes up the first collection.
Oh.
Let me see what notes I have. Ready?
Sure, I'm ready.
Okay, so this is the last of the didactic discourses. It's about wisdom and the foolish woman, invitations of wisdom and of folly. Okay. This chapter concludes the first collection of the book of Proverbs by presenting the final appeals of both wisdom and folly to the simpletons or naive people, the dum-dums as I call them.
Right.
In the contrasting style of rival hostesses inviting people to dine in their respective houses.
But again, how the fuck are they supposed to know?
Right? Like, if you are just new to the neighborhood, you're walking down the street, and you've got two fine-ass ladies both calling out to you, come eat my wares. How am I supposed to know which one is wisdom and which one is folly?
Well, I feel like this whole scenario, and I'm going to bring this back into the realm of politics a little bit here, because I feel like this whole scenario plays out with like the Trump-Biden thing, right? Mm-hmm. And how the simpletons are generally going to flock to the braggart, the guy who's louder, who's more,
and they do,
whatever. Mm-hmm. And the wisdom is the Biden, right? In a sense.
We'd rather maybe have somebody a little less centrist and
sure. And let's admit he's fucking boring,
Yeah.
So I mean, for the other than the dark Brandon shit.
Sorry to hate on Biden. I don't hate on Biden. I just whatever.
But comparatively speaking, if you compare Biden next to Trump, Trump is definitely more of a showman.
Oh yeah,
than
definitely.
Biden is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how you expect the simple person to. I hate to admit this, but I don't see how you expect the simple person to bypass this show, right, and go to the other.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It's not.
One is a circus, and the other one is in bed by 8 p.m. The sidewalks rolled up. Like, which one are you going to? I'm going to the circus, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
No,
but it is the way it is. Mm-hmm. So it actually relates really well to what we just read. I think
you got to try harder. You got to come outside yourself and research.
Yeah.
Which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to learn the Bible
and
so that we can
know more.
Know more.
Exactly.
Yeah. And talk to the dum-dums. And on that note.
No shade. Yeah. All right, guys.
Oh, no, I wasn't calling our listeners dum-dums.
I didn't think you were calling. No, I was anybody who's listening that's, not on our team of atheism.
Oh,
there are people out there that are pastors listening to us.
Are there hate listeners, or
I don't know that they're hate listeners, but there are pastors listening to us.
Okay, well, okay.
So I'm just saying, no shade,
Sorry, I called you a dum-dum. I thought that you were saying like no shade, like as though I was calling listeners, like our listeners, fans, dum-dums.
Okay,
and I'm like, wait, no, that's not. I just meant. We're learning so that we can talk to dum-dums easier.
I'm saying no shade in regards to people who are religious. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not. I am okay with people being religious in a general roundabout sense. I'm okay with it until it reaches a point where it affects my life, my kids' life, this world that we live in, and anything regarding anything other than your own personal belief.
Keep your faith to yourself.
Keep your faith to yourself. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is that if you have a personal faith, no shade.
Okay.
That's all. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
And don't murder people and don't be a pedo. The end.
Right. Yeah, all that shit. But anyway, that was our...
Y'all don't text and drive.
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
Okay.
That was our podcast for today.
We
read, 6 through 9.
7 through 9.
7 through 9. I'm really off today. And then, so tomorrow we'll be starting a new collection, apparently.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what the breakdown of that is yet. So,
but if it holds true, we'll be reading maybe 2 to 3.
2 to 3, yeah.
Tomorrow.
So probably 10 and 11, maybe 12.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you guys then.
Yep, bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know where we're at?
We, I think, just finished the first grouping of Proverbs.
We did, the first collection. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The first collection was
like the didactic
discourses.
Yeah.
Yes, The first 9 chapters of Proverbs are the didactic discourses. That's very good. Yeah, so today we are starting the second collection of the book of Proverbs, which is going to be chapters 10 through 22.
That's a large collection.
I mean, is it? It's
only 12. But I mean, there's only 31 or something Proverbs or something total?
Yeah, but I mean, considering that the first collection was 9, the second collection is 12. Is that a lot?
Okay. As far, I don't know, whatever. It's something.
So this collection that we're about to start is called either the First Solomonic Collection or more simply the Proverbs of Solomon.
Got it.
Okay.
So it's Proverbs. What are the numbers again? It's Proverbs.
10, what we're going over today?
Today. I'm sorry.
Chapters 10, 11, and 12.
Okay, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. All right, so jumping into Proverbs chapter 10.
Okay. Yeah.
The Proverbs of Solomon.
Okay.
A wise son brings joy to his father, but a foolish son brings grief to his mother.
But not to his father?
Well, his mama gonna cry. His daddy just gonna beat that ass.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. Ill-gotten treasures have no lasting value, but righteousness delivers from death. Well, if you stole delivers from pizza places.
Yeah, it does.
And Chinese food delivers from Chinese food places.
Right. Moreover, I would think that if you stole the Mona Lisa, that it would still have value.
Yeah.
It wouldn't not have value.
Right.
Because you stole it.
Except that in The Glass Onion, the Mona Lisa was destroyed at the end. Spoilers.
Right.
The Lord does not let the righteous go hungry, but he thwarts the craving of the wicked.
Okay.
I'm sensing a pattern here, like good is good, bad gets punished.
So apparently there are children who are not righteous because
that's why they're starving.
To starve. So
yeah, they should stop being the children of parents that can't afford things.
Right.
They should have chosen.
How dare they?
Fuckers. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. He who... You know what? That's not true. I'm lazy.
You don't bring a lot of wealth.
Well, I don't bring us poverty.
Yeah, I mean, you don't help.
Well, he who gathers crops in summer is a prudent son, but he who sleeps during harvest is a disgraceful son.
Yeah.
The worky pants boy is good, and little boy blue is bad because he was asleep in the cornfield.
Right.
Blessings crown the head of the righteous, but violence overwhelms the mouth of the wicked. Except that the OT is full of violence, so I'm not sure how we get around that. Sanctioned violence is okay?
Right.
I don't know. The name of the righteous is used in blessings, but the name of the wicked will rot. The name of the righteous is used... I'm like, wait, what? The name of the righteous is used in blessings, but the name of the wicked will rot. The wise in heart accept commands, but a chattering fool comes to ruin.
Okay. Speaking of wicked, our fucking cat is being wicked tonight.
Yeah, she's getting into cords and stuff. And being
I've sprayed her. I think I've given her a bath with as much as I've sprayed her sitting here.
Asshole.
So.
Yeah, I just was like, okay, fuck me. I guess I'll not charge my phone while we do this. Because she's going to eat the fucking cord.
Right, yeah.
Well, hopefully my phone doesn't die. And
how much you got left?
I'm at 43%.
Oh, we're okay.
Yeah. Okay, but when we first started this, I was at 15%. So,
okay.
All right. I had to plug in.
Sure, yeah.
Now I'm okay. No thanks to the fucking cat. That's what I'm saying. The name of the righteous is used in blessings, but the name of the wicked will rot.
Okay. Sorry, I was taking a drink right when he...
Tonight is not off to a great start.
We're all over the fucking place.
The wise in heart accept commands, but a chattering fool comes to ruin. These are all just like brief sayings.
And they're
or whatever.
Kind of dumb. Like you could sit here and tear apart each one if you wanted to at some level. You know, like, okay, that what do they really mean with that? Like, chat. Okay. It just doesn't sit well with me because they're just like, this is the way it is, and this is the way it's gonna be, and this is how God sees it, and you shall not have any other opinions about this because this is the way it is.
The girl who wears blue lipstick is a clown, but the husband that doesn't like it is an asshole. I mean, right?
Yes.
Like, that fits our marriage because I love to wear blue lipstick, even though husband thinks I look like a clown. But I don't fucking care because I'm an independent woman and I wear what I want to wear.
Yeah, wife does not listen to me at all.
Except for when I do.
Except for when you do.
And then I do.
And then you do.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, if we're going to go out, we're deciding ahead of time. If we're going to drink, how much we're going to drink, who's driving. I listen to your advice.
Yeah.
With regard to social media, if you tell me stop being on that Twitter, Facebook thing, you're doom scrolling.
Yeah.
I get off.
Right.
So I listen to you.
Yeah.
When I allow you to be the boss of me.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, I wear blue lipstick sometimes.
You do.
The wise in heart accept commands, but a chattering fool comes to ruin.
You just said that, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
It's just that they're not going into my head very well.
Okay.
Because they're just like,
they're kind of boring and stupid.
Builds itself, but the child steps on Legos. I don't fucking know. Like, I can't.
Right.
Whoever walks in integrity walks securely.
Do they now?
But whoever takes crooked paths will be found out. That's not true.
Right.
That's not true. Sometimes a sneaky pants gets away with shit.
Yeah. That's why it's called sneaking. Yeah.
So sometimes you take the crooked path and nobody knows.
But that dude that met the, adulterous woman the other day in Proverbs.
The honey lip ladies.
He took the non-straight path.
Hot lips hula
He ended up with, the adulteress. So.
There's a song called Witch, and it stands for Woman in Total Control of Herself. And it is such a good song, and that's what this is making me think of. And I don't know why.
Got it. I have no reference for what you're talking about.
Okay, because we were just talking about if I quote unquote obey you or not.
Yeah.
And if I'm, whatever.
I'm just saying I don't know this song you're speaking of.
No, it's not one that is like it's not like a Taylor Swift or like somebody like real popular like that, right?
Right.
It's just an up and coming artist that I found on YouTube. But I'll link it. It's so good. I've actually showed it to you before and you kind of liked it. So
okay.
All right. Whoever winks maliciously causes grief, and a chattering fool comes to ruin.
I'm trying to wink maliciously.
How do you wink
I don't know if I can pull it off.
I think
I gotta to like twist my mouth a little bit to get to like try to even do it.
I feel like I need to take a picture of you to post in the Discord. Trying to wink maliciously. It's so bad.
I was trying it out. I wanted to see if I could do it. I did not pull it off.
No.
Right.
The mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, but the mouth of the wicked conceals violence.
Okay.
There's no nuance to these. If you're bad, you're the evilest person on the planet, and there's no area for gray. It's complicated.
Right.
Hatred stirs up conflict, but love covers all wrongs. Does it?
This is so...
I hate these.
I don't like it.
You know what? Solomon can eat my twat. I don't like it. Wisdom is found on the lips of the discerning, but a rod is for the back of one who has no sense.
Damn.
I'm not going to be somebody just because they're stupid.
Right?
That's probably just going to avoid conversation with them as much as possible. Bullshit. Are you going to be a stupid person?
No, that's mean.
That's mean.
Yeah.
And that's harmful.
It's cruel even.
It's not very godlike. It's not very like upstanding.
Right. Yeah.
It's mean.
Right.
Okay. The wise store up knowledge, but the mouth of a fool invites ruin.
It's like we're repeating the same fucking shit over and over here.
Smart is good, dumb is bad.
Right, yeah.
The wealth of the rich is their fortified city, but poverty is the ruin of the poor.
Okay, do we like the poor or do we not like the poor? Because sometimes they're evil people and sometimes they're the highest of the high.
Well, sometimes it's the meek shall inherit the earth, and other times it's they're being punished for their wicked ways. Right. And they deserve being poor, obviously.
The Bible can't fucking make up its mind about the poor.
Do we like them or not?
I mean, I think the Republicans had the final say here lately.
Oh, they did. So. They sure as fuck did. Yeah. they decided for us.
Yeah.
The wages of the righteous is life, but the earnings of the wicked are sin and death.
I don't want to be paid in sin and death or life. Those are shit wages.
I know. I just want a living wage. That's
right.
It, you know?
Yeah. If my living wage is life, that's all I get, just life?
Life?
Fuck you. That's a fucking shit job.
And they would just put their hand on you and be like, no, my son, what I mean to tell you is life everlasting.
Oh,
so that in the afterlife, when your body dies and your soul goes on for eternity, that is the life you will be paid.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't promise that.
You know what? That's one of, I love it when people try to speak for God.
Yeah.
They're like, this is what's going to happen to you when you die. And this is how God's going to react to you doing this. I'm like, how the fuck do you know that?
Right.
Do you have like a decree from him hidden away somewhere? Because I need to see that shit.
Yeah.
And if you don't,
are you calling him on the telephone?
You're pretty fucking arrogant speaking for God.
That's what I think. I think that they are so arrogant. Like, how dare you? How have you not been smited and smote by your God? Speaking on his behalf, Jesus. That's awfully, you've got some cojones there.
Right?
Whoever heeds discipline shows the way to life, but whoever ignores correction leads others astray.
Okay.
We don't ignore correction, so we're fine. We're going to heaven.
Right. Yeah.
Whoever conceals hatred with lying lips and spreads slander is a fool. That's a don't gossip kind of thing.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm going to be honest. I love me some hot goss. I really do. I think that most people do. I just choose to be honest about it.
Right.
I cannot help it.
I mean, most people definitely participate in it. Mm-hmm. I will say that.
I'm not one to gossip, and then they proceed to gossip.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, we all do it.
Yeah.
All right. Sin is not ended by multiplying words, but the prudent hold their tongues.
Okay.
Okay. I never hold my tongue. I guess I'm evil. Sorry, I thought I was going to heaven. Now I'm going to hell.
Right.
The tongue of the righteous is choice silver, but the heart of the wicked is of little value. The lips of the righteous nourish many, but fools die for lack of sense.
Oh, wow. So
you're dumb. You're going to die.
Okay.
The simps. No.
But I'm betting you can be dumb as long as you fear God, though. It's just a matter of if you don't fear God and you're dumb, then you're totally a goner.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm a goner because I don't fear God, and I also don't hold my tongue and all kinds of stuff. And I'm kind of dumb.
Last I checked, my tongue's not silver either.
No, it's not. It's not.
I guess I'm not good.
It's really not silver. Yeah. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. Now that's a goddamn lie. That's a goddamn lie. Just because you believe in God and fear him and praise him does not mean that you're going to get wealth. And it certainly doesn't mean that you didn't have painful toil for it.
Right.
That's fucked up.
I mean, he specifically told Adam that he was going to
fucking
toil to get anything out of the earth and make a living type thing.
That exact word.
Right.
Yes.
So that's absolutely wrong.
Solomon, you suck.
Right.
You did not
I think it's these rich-ass kings from the Kings section of the Bible.
Yeah.
They're like, I did everything right. I believe in the correct God. See this beautiful, really rich altar that I built for the God? It's amazing, isn't it?
See my yacht? Yes, I know they didn't have yachts, but they did, though.
Right. Obviously, God loved me, loves me. Obviously. I built the sea, for God's sakes.
The bath.
Yes.
A fool finds pleasure in wicked schemes, but a person of understanding delights in wisdom.
Okay.
I like schemes and wisdom.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm chaotic good girl.
There you go.
I don't mind me some hot goss, and I don't mind me some scheming.
Right.
What the wicked dread will overtake them. What the righteous desire will be granted. Oh. It's a lie. It's a lie. That's a lie, you guys. That's not correct.
Right. Obviously.
False promises.
Yeah.
When the storm has swept by, the wicked are gone, but the righteous stand firm forever. No, they don't.
This is their way of answering why things go wrong.
Yeah.
You must not have, or you know what I'm saying?
This is the Job lesson.
It also justifies the rich being rich. They're like, well, I did everything right, and obviously you didn't.
Right.
You know, it doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter if it's true or not. Much like in today's day and age, truth doesn't matter. It's the perception that matters.
Yes.
And the perception is that the rich did something right, the poor did something bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's the perception.
Yep.
Even though the Bible says opposite of that sometimes about the poor, that is still the perception. The perception is they did something bad.
Right. As vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so are sluggards to those who send them.
Okay.
A sluggard is a lazy person. Why would you send a lazy person to do the job?
I don't know.
I wouldn't. The fear of the Lord adds length to life, but the years of the wicked are cut short. Now, that's not true. And it says so in the Bible that sometimes the wicked live forever. And they're like, why do the wicked not die?
That's true. That's true.
The prospect of the righteous is joy, but the hopes of the wicked come to nothing. The way of the Lord is a refuge for the blameless, but it is the ruin of those who do evil. I forgot to do my refuge. The righteous will never be uprooted, but the wicked will not remain in the land. That must be why I've moved around so much. I'm so wicked.
Right.
From the mouth of the righteous comes the fruit of wisdom, but a perverse tongue will be silenced. I know that's not right because I have a very perverse tongue and it has not been silenced. The lips of the righteous know what finds favor, but the mouth of the wicked only what is perverse.
Wow.
Okay. You say so.
Right.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Proverbs 10 notes. The upright and the wicked are contrasted. It's this is this, and that is that.
That's literally all it was.
The good is good, and the bad is so bad.
It was so hard to listen to, honestly.
I know. Like, I spaced some of them out as I was reading them. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I
just couldn't.
It wasn't interesting.
No. The other ones were okay. These are trash.
Yeah.
Solomon is not good. I don't like him.
I agree.
This chapter is the beginning of the second collection of the book of Proverbs, which comprises chapters 10 through 22, as I said in the introduction.
Yep.
And these are the first of the Solomonic collection. So there are, after this collection, there's just some wise sayings, like for 2 chapters, I think. And then there's another set of Solomonic sayings.
Got it.
So this is the first set of them.
Okay. Yep.
This chapter observes the effect on parents of the wisdom or folly of their child that not only brings the joy or sorrow of parents, but also the family's reputation and prosperity.
Got it.
Everything you do impacts your family. You do nothing.
I'd be more worried if I was the kid than the parents.
Yeah.
Like the parents can do something and then God's like, you're all fucked from here forward for 10 generations, so fuck off.
Yeah, and I'd be like, what kind of curses am I being born into? Mm-hmm. Right? Like, can I see all the contracts before I exit the womb? All right. That's all the notes that I had about chapter 10. And I have even fewer for 11 and 12. So we're just going to buzz through these.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
So Proverbs chapter 11 is a continuation. Okay. We're still in Solomon's doodah.
Okay.
The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with him. That dishonest scales is the thing, I think it was in Leviticus, where it was like, don't cheat the scales when you're buying shit,
right.
and the weight was very important.
It was. Yeah, they had that standard shekel or whatever it was.
Yes.
So,
yes. Yeah. So they're saying don't cheat.
Right.
Okay. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom.
Is everything just a contrast and compare here?
Yeah, that's
this is literally everything we're going to read?
I literally told you that.
Okay, all right.
That's what these are.
Got it.
Yes. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. Lies are bad, don't lie.
Right.
Honest is good, lies are bad. Wealth is worthless in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. Good is good, bad is bad.
And apparently, they say it all the time that, righteousness delivers from death. Mm-hmm. Only you still die.
Right.
I don't understand what it like. You're saying that I get to live a little longer. Is that what you're saying?
I think they're talking about the afterlife. I really do.
All right.
I honestly think that that's what they're referring to.
You're probably right. Because
I could be totally wrong.
No, you're probably right. Because they talk about taking people out of the book of life and all that other shit. And
yeah.
So, you're probably right.
The righteousness of the blameless makes their paths straight, but the wicked are brought down by their own wickedness. So again, good is good, bad is bad.
Yeah.
The righteousness of the upright delivers them, but the unfaithful are trapped by evil desires. Cheaters never win.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hopes placed in mortals die with them. All the promise of their power comes to nothing. That's believe in the Lord and trust in the Lord more than man.
Right. You don't get to take your toys with you.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
The righteous person is rescued from trouble, and it falls on the wicked instead. That's you deserve what you get, whatever happens.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. With their mouths, the godless destroy their neighbors, but through knowledge, the righteous escape.
Wait, does that mean that we have the power to destroy our neighbors with
just
our mouths?
Just by talking. That's what we're doing right now.
Wow, that's
what
amazing.
we're doing right now.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But through knowledge, the righteous escape.
Got it.
But we have knowledge, so.
But that seems like a better power for the non-righteous, right?
Yeah.
Like we could destroy our neighbors with our mouths.
Yeah.
And the righteous just have the ability to escape it.
Right.
But
we're stronger.
Whatever.
We win.
That means they still run away from you.
Yeah.
So, we win.
Yeah.
Yay.
I'm for this war. When the righteous prosper, the city rejoices. When the wicked perish, there are shouts of joy.
When, meaning that doesn't always happen the way it says.
Yeah. You said when, but you meant when. But you're from Ohio, and so you pronounce pin and pen the exact same because they sound the same to you.
Yes.
Okay. Through the blessing of the upright, a city is exalted, but by the mouth of the wicked it is destroyed. Good is good, bad is bad.
Right.
Whoever derides their neighbor has no sense, but the one who has understanding holds their tongue.
They've literally said all this stuff before.
I know.
It's just
silence is
shit.
golden, and sometimes if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all.
I have a declaration to make here. Okay. I have decided that I do not like Solomonic Proverbs.
I don't like Solomon, much less his Proverbs.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. A gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret. 3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
Right.
I got that from Pretty Little Liars.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. For lack of guidance, a nation falls, but victory is won through many advisors.
Okay.
My kingdom for a horse. Whoever puts up security for a stranger will surely suffer, but whoever refuses to shake hands and pledge is safe. That's a repeat.
It is.
We already read
this is like one. Literally all repeats.
But no, this one specifically.
Yeah, no, I remember it was in one of the ones from that first set of Proverbs that we read.
Yeah, because you were like security, and then you were like, are they putting up, what is it?
Simply Safe.
Simply Safe?
Yeah.
And I was like, no.
Right.
It's collateral.
Yeah.
A kind-hearted woman gains honor, but ruthless men gain only wealth. How is that bad?
Damn,
ruthless men gain only wealth. How is that bad? You're only going to get wealth if you be ruthless. So
you get honor, or you can either have honor or wealth. You can't have both? Why can't you have both?
I can be kind-hearted and get honor, but I can also be kind and ruthless.
But they've also said in these back and forths, these black and white things, right? That the wicked won't prosper.
Right.
But here they are prospering.
Right.
So I don't. These literally make no sense. They're like, I'm going to say one thing and then I'm going to say another thing and then I'm going to say another thing.
I think our contrasts are going to be fun.
Yeah.
Those who are kind benefit themselves, but the cruel bring ruin on themselves. Good is good, bad is bad.
Yep.
A wicked person earns deceptive wages, but the one who sows righteousness reaps a sure reward. Karma's a bitch. Okay. Truly the righteous attain life, but whoever pursues evil finds death. See? You're going to hell, you don't get to live forever.
Yeah.
The Lord detests those whose hearts are perverse, but he delights in those whose ways are blameless.
But he created all of them, so fuck God.
Yeah. Be sure of this. The wicked will not go unpunished, but those who are righteous will go free.
Okay.
I don't believe you. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman who shows no discretion. That's okay. I'm not a beautiful woman, so I don't have to show discretion. I mean, right?
Sure, yeah.
You weren't supposed to agree.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's the blue lipstick, isn't it?
I'm kind of lost in all the...
I know.
It's
too much.
It's like making my brain hurt.
It
all
is.
these sayings, and I'm like, I don't like this.
It's just boring. It's like sitting through a lecture in a college thing. What is it? Lesson. Class. A course. Sorry. I'm having a hard time wording.
Yeah.
The desire of the righteous ends only in good, but the hope of the wicked only in wrath. One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. Have you ever heard that song? Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away.
Can't say I have.
Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. Okay, ready? Here we go. It's just like a magic penny. Hold it tight and you won't have any. Lend to spend it and you'll have so many. They'll roll all over the floor.
Yeah.
Love is something if you give it away. Give it away.
We're going to have to pay somebody for rights for this or something now.
No, it's a song from my childhood.
Oh, okay.
It's like one of those like
got it.
Little Boy Blue things. Like
the cow
jumped over the moon and Rockabye Baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like those little songs you learn. London Bridge is falling down. You know, like that.
Right.
Ring around the rosies, pocket full of...
Right, those can't possibly be copyrighted. But then again, I would have thought that Happy Birthday song couldn't be copyrighted.
I think that one's out of copyright now.
It did end, yeah, from what I read anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one ended, I guess.
That was some bullshit anyways.
It really was.
And I don't care what you say. I was singing it anyway, and I'm not paying a goddamn royalty to anybody. You can't just take Happy Birthday and decide.
Well, apparently they created it. I don't know. Who knows?
I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Look, there's some things that I'm like, yeah, they need royalties. Stop fucking around with them.
Sure.
And then there's other things that I'm like, absolutely not. Don't be stupid. Happy Birthday is one of them.
Right.
One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Oh, I just read that one. Magic penny. Got it. A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed.
Okay.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yeah.
People curse the ones who hoard grain, but they pray God's blessing on the one who is willing to sell.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever. Moving on.
Yeah.
Whoever seeks good finds favor, but evil comes to one who searches for it.
I mean, that makes sense, actually.
True.
If you seek good, you're probably going to you're more likely to find good. If you seek evil, then
you find it.
Probably going to find it, you know?
Whichever you believe, you're right.
Right.
You know?
It's like,
yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Those who trust in their riches will fall, but the righteous will thrive like a green leaf. I'm always falling down. Like a green
leaf, huh?
I'm always falling down.
Speaking of green leaves, our kid just turned our background on our TV to a green leaf.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I like, we have the Roku thingy and the background like has images that float by, and I like the one that has the King Kong guy like in the background. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah. They're fun.
Yeah.
I like looking at those little images.
Yep.
Those who trust in their riches. Oh, I just read that. Whoever brings ruin on their family will inherit only wind, and the fool will be servant to the wise.
Okay.
Don't be stupid.
Yeah.
And don't be ruinous.
Right. Okay? Yeah.
The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and the one who is wise saves lives.
That's great.
Is it?
It's something.
Okay, last one.
Okay.
If the righteous receive their due on earth, how much more the ungodly and the sinner? Whatever.
I don't know.
I think it was rhetorical.
Sure, I know.
Okay, so this is still the upright and the wicked contrasted. Mm-hmm. Good is good, bad is bad.
Yeah.
And it's still one of the Proverbs of Solomon.
It sure is.
And that is fucking it.
Good, because that was not worth remembering.
Painful. It was painful.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I do too.
All right.
Like I'm kind of angry we have to read this.
I know. So am I. But this is what we got ourselves into. So.
No, I mean I'm not. Look, the whole thing's been kind of a shit show here, there, and everywhere. But like that was just it seems so pointless. Yes. Like it's just like this doesn't even need to be there.
No, it doesn't. Like, who voted on this to to be included?
Yeah.
This is fucking cave drawings, you dumbasses. All right, Proverbs Chapter 12. Ready?
I'm ready.
Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but whoever hates correction is stupid. Okay, we're good on that one then.
Did it say stupid? Like,
it says stupid.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's harsh, man.
Well, I mean, it is true. If you can't be corrected by anybody because you're an arrogant asshole, you're stupid.
Maybe you have dyslexia. You just, you're having trouble paying attention.
Okay.
Maybe you need help.
But then when you're like, if you're like, that says dog, and somebody's like, no, honey, it actually says God. If you like, don't go seek help for your dyslexia, you're stupid.
But do you think that they gave good help back then?
I don't think any of them did anything worthwhile back then. Good people obtain favor from the Lord, but he condemns those who devise wicked schemes.
Those damn wicked schemes.
I love me a wicked scheme. No one can be established through wickedness, but the righteous cannot be uprooted. That's absolutely false.
Right?
Because Trump won't go away.
Yeah, right. No shit.
Like, I'm hoping he goes to jail and...
He's got, what, 91 counts against him or something?
He's got so many fucking counts, they would not fit in my underwear drawer. That's all I'm saying. A wife of noble character is her husband's crown. Am I your crown, baby?
Yes, you are.
Oh, I'm noble?
Yeah.
Am I Donna Noble?
No.
The Dr. Donna?
No.
From Doctor Who?
Why would you be
because
Donna Noble?
Her name is Donna Noble because she's noble. And you said I'm noble.
Oh my God.
Am I like Donna Noble?
Are you okay? Is everything okay?
I like Doctor Who.
I know you do.
And that episode where she lost all of her memory.
Yeah.
That made me cry. That made me bawl because she's such a good person.
Yeah.
And all her life she just wanted to be not worthless. And she like attained that.
But she saved the universe. So.
But she's not allowed to know it.
Right.
She'll die if she knows it.
Yeah.
And that is just tragedy.
Right.
Oh, it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. A wife of noble character is her husband's crown. I'm your crown. But a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones. Am I decay in your bones, honey?
No, darling.
Yay. You are decay in my bones.
The fuck?
Just kidding. You're my crown. I love you. We're crowns. The plans of the righteous are just, but the advice of the wicked is deceitful. The words of the wicked lie in wait for blood, but the speech of the upright rescues them. Okay.
Yeah.
The wicked are overthrown and are no more, but the house of the righteous stands firm.
Good for them.
Person is... I can't with these anymore.
I don't even know what to say. I was like, what?
A person is praised according to their prudence, and one with a warped mind is despised.
I like people with warped minds. They're so much more fucking fun.
Hold on. I don't like me some pedos.
Well, no, I didn't mean that kind of warped mind.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
I meant like not.
You gotta be precise when you say I like people with warped minds. You gotta be careful what you mean by that.
Okay. Well, I meant people that are
kooky.
Unique and kooky. Yeah.
Yeah. You like people that are a little bit different.
Yeah.
In a good
way.
They're
fun.
Eccentric.
Yes.
Yes. I'm eccentric. That's why you like me.
You sure are.
I sure am. That's why you love me.
I do.
Better to be a nobody and yet have a servant than pretend to be somebody and have no food.
Wait. Hold.
So what we're missing is a servant.
Apparently, yeah.
Because we're nobodies and we need to get a servant. And that's better than pretending to be somebody and have no food.
Got it. Okay.
So we just need to get a servant.
What if you don't have food and or
a servant?
A servant. Then what are you?
You are us. The righteous care for the needs of their animals, but the kindest acts of the wicked are cruel.
Okay.
That's not true either. That's saying that a bad person has no redeeming qualities, and that is denying the fact that every person is multifaceted.
It's just too black. This is all too black and white.
There's no nuance here,
right?
And I can't with this bullshit. It's childish.
It's not. This is not real. This is not. You're not describing any single human being I've ever met in my life.
This discredits all of the lessons to our fellow adults. Because these are things that you teach a child. Like you teach a child, we all share. We all love each other.
Right.
We always be nice to each other. And we never lie. And of course, those are like simple sayings that like, yeah, they're kind of true. But then when you grow up, you're like, well, sometimes we do lie. And, you know, we don't like everybody. And mostly we share. But some of us are greedy fucks.
We live in a gray area.
Yeah.
The whole fucking planet lives in a goddamn gray area.
But these lessons... These are the things that you teach your child when they are 3 and 4.
Right.
They are not things that you say to a grown-ass adult and expect them to be taken seriously.
Right, right.
The wicked desire the stronghold of evildoers, but the root of the righteous endures. Evildoers are trapped by their sinful talk, and so the innocent escape trouble.
Okay.
Don't talk shit.
I
guess. That reminds me. In Pod Save the UK, which is an excellent podcast, their very first episode was called Talk Shit, Get Banged, which is basically a British way of saying fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it.
Right.
So when they said the innocent escape trouble, evildoers are trapped by their sinful talk. Talk shit, you know, get hit.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
Right.
From the fruit of their lips, people are filled with good things. And the work of their hands bring them reward. Good is good, bad is bad.
Yeah.
The way of fools seems right to them, but the wise listen to advice.
Okay.
So, you should be a good listener. And seek advice from those around you. Don't be arrogant.
Right, yeah.
Fools show their annoyance at once, but the prudent overlook an insult. Well, okay, I wouldn't call myself a fool, but I do have a hard time regulating my emotions. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and if somebody says something, I have a very hard time not reacting immediately to it or not letting my hurt show on my face.
I think there's ways to... So, I mean, I will say that I have definitely had people insult me, and maybe they didn't realize they had... And I have called them out on it. And I don't do it immediately in a shitty manner. Mm-hmm. I do it in a, hey, I'm not going to take that. That's not okay.
That, but blah, blah, blah.
And sometimes if they're okay, if they're a decent person, they'll be like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just really, you know, like they'll apologize for whatever happened. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they don't, and they get all, you know, blustery and bullshit. Yeah. And that's when I'm like, okay, you deserve everything that's coming at you from here forward then.
Right,
so.
Right. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that if you have a hard time regulating your emotions, I don't think that makes you a fool or a bad person. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, I mean, we live in a fucking gray zone.
Yeah.
There is no
I think
right
I'm triggered.
And wrong.
This one triggered me. It felt like it was talking shit about me straight to my face. Like, I show annoyance all the fucking time. I cry over spilt milk. But you know what? I'm great in a crisis. Yeah. I'm absolutely calm in a crisis. To
the point that it's annoying.
Well, I can't help it. It's just the way I'm built.
Right.
God made me this way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
An honest witness tells the truth, but a false witness tells lies. Liars always lie, like, what's his name? Franklin said. Frankel? What's his name?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The book that's called Lying Liars and the Lies They Tell.
Oh, Al Franken?
Franken. I couldn't fucking remember his name. Franklin, Frankel, Franken.
Wow.
Franken.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, lying liars lie.
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
Right.
The words of the reckless pierce like swords, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Whatever.
Okay.
Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue lasts only a moment. You gonna die.
Yeah.
Deceit is in the hearts of those who plot evil, but those who promote peace have joy. Good is good, bad is bad. Mm-hmm. No harm overtakes the righteous, but the wicked have their fill of trouble. Right here in River City.
I was waiting.
Yep. The Lord detests lying lips, but he delights in people who are trustworthy.
Does he?
Don't be a liar.
I would have never guessed.
The prudent keep their knowledge to themselves, but a fool's heart blurts out folly.
Oh, man. It's like literally like 2 sentences later, they'll repeat the same fucking thing they just said.
Yeah.
Like they aren't even waiting for a new chapter anymore.
No.
They're just like, you know that thing we said like 2 seconds ago?
Don't lie.
Let's say it again.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
What if we said it yet again?
Stop lying. Never lie. Don't be a liar. Like, okay, God. Oh, that reminds me. Like one time I was somewhere with my sister and there was this girl who was wearing these shoes that my sister and I had talked about earlier at some point that we both agreed that they were the ugliest shoes on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
So when we saw this girl wearing those shoes, we were like, oh my God. And so, but my sister and I, like, I knew I couldn't look at my sister because I knew I would crack up. Right. So instead of looking at each other, I'm like looking away, but she kept looking at the shoes. Well, obviously the girl noticed her looking at the shoes. So instead of being like, I hate your fucking shoes, the first words that came out of my sister's mouth were, I love those shoes. Where did you get them? And I had to literally get up and walk away because I was laughing so hard inside my heart. It was an accidental lie. And it was not told out of malice.
Right.
But it was definitely like gossip and it was harboring a secret and all those bad things, but harmless.
Yes. Yes.
Diligent hands will rule, but laziness ends in forced labor.
It's like I heard that somewhere before.
I don't
Something
really
along those lines.
I don't understand any of that. Anxiety weighs down the heart. That is true. And that's why you get on medication for that shit.
Yeah, right.
But a kind word cheers it up. That's all it takes.
Build a bridge and get over it.
Build a bridge and get over it. Just grow up. Just stop being so dramatic. Just figure out how to manage your emotions.
That's not how that works.
Nope. The righteous choose their friends carefully, but the way of the wicked leads them astray. I have good friends. I like my friends. Yeah. The lazy do not roast any game, but the diligent feed on the riches of the hunt.
Okay.
So if you're lazy, you don't go get your ass in that kitchen and cook. You get a TV tray, you get a TV dinner out of the freezer and put it in the microwave.
We're talking about thousands of years ago. They didn't have TV trays back then. What the fuck did they eat? Just like grass?
I guess they went to their neighbor and were like, I'm lazy. Can I have some of your chicken?
And if I was the neighbor, I'd be like, go get your own fucking chicken.
Yeah. What if you went to your neighbor and you were like, look, I'm really lazy, but I have money. Can I just buy some chicken?
Well, yeah, if you got money, sure.
Like,
if you're lazy, where did you get the fucking money?
I made some other deal. I traded somebody else something.
Okay.
What do you care? I have money. Or whatever it is that you want that we're making a trade.
Sounds to me like you're not walking a straight path.
Does it matter?
Sounds like you went left and right.
But doesn't matter. Like, I'm hungry. I'm lazy. I just want some food. I'm giving you some worth. Then I
don't know. Back then, I might get in trouble with God because I'm like, dealing with the bad people because it's all good and bad.
Well, I'm your crown, so I don't care.
There you go. All right.
Okay. In the way of righteousness, there is life. Along that path is immortality.
That good old immortality.
You get to live forever, but not here on earth. So it doesn't matter. Okay, that's it. That's all I got for today.
There's
literally no notes.
That was horrible.
It was awful and I hated it. But let us not forget, we're just getting through this Bible.
Oh, yeah.
We are reading every word, even the shittiest ones.
No,
and this was nowhere near bad as Leviticus.
That is true. All right. So that was Proverbs chapters 10 through
11, 12. Mm-hmm.
And tomorrow we will be back with
chapters 13 and 14.
Oh, just 2?
Just 2.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yep. Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember where we are in Proverbs?
I mean, by all rights, I shouldn't because we've been, we did this 2 days late. But we are in the Solomonic Proverbs.
We are. The second collection in the collection of collections of Proverbs.
And thus far,
You're furry.
I think...
Go on.
I think that... Solomon's Proverbs are kind of ass.
They are ass.
Yeah.
And they make me think that he and his daddy, David, are crap.
Yeah.
I don't like either
whatever.
Of them.
That's where we're at. So
yeah.
Hopefully, maybe they get better today.
They don't. Just so you know.
Stay tuned for shitty Proverbs.
And our witty witticisms.
Yes. All right, let's get into this.
Okie dokie.
Oh, wait. Which ones are we doing today?
Proverbs 13 and 14.
Okay, let's do it.
Okie dokie. All right, let's jump into Proverbs 13.
Wait. Before we jump into Proverbs 13, do you know what today is?
Today is my husband's birthday.
That's right.
Happy birthday, my love.
Hey, thanks.
You know what I gave you for your birthday?
You didn't wear blue lipstick?
I didn't wear blue lipstick.
Yeah.
That is correct.
That was so nice of you.
I know.
It was very thoughtful.
Because I know that you don't like it. And we're going to your mom's, so I put on the makeups and did the hair and tried to,
I'm excited. We're having liver and onions tonight.
I know, but...
And I haven't had liver and onions in so long. And it's so good.
I did myself up, but I couldn't wear my blue lipstick because I love you. That's my gift to you.
I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm ready to get into Proverbs now.
Oh, I like this conversation much better. All right. Proverbs chapter 13. Ready?
I am as ready as I will get.
A wise son heeds his father's instruction, but a mocker does not respond to rebukes.
Wait, how do those two things relate? Like, I feel like we're contrasting and comparing things here. Mm-hmm. A wise man listens to his father, right? Mm-hmm. But a mocker, or what do they say? A
mocker does not respond to rebukes.
Okay, all right.
So it's like I made dinner for you for your birthday, but I did not wear roller skates.
Right,
what?
Right. I mean, maybe you can relate them in that if your father rebukes you, you would listen to it if you're not a mocker, I guess. Okay. But they seem totally unrelated. And for the most part,
yeah,
right.
I don't think it's good wording.
It's
maybe
not.
It's just the translation.
Could be translation.
I'll give you that. From the fruit of their lips, people enjoy good things, but the unfaithful have an appetite for violence. I don't think that's true. I mean, right?
I mean, you could say that some violent things are good things. Like if you enjoy watching MMA or boxing matches, those are fun, and everybody can agree that they're still violent, though. I
mean, I'm not into that, but yeah, I get that it's a thing.
Right. I mean, really, any sports are violent. So if you like sports of any type, except for maybe baseball, baseball's not real violent. I mean, except for when they do a group, fight or something.
Okay, but when that ball gets hit by that bat, boom.
Yeah.
That smack. That noise, that is a violent sound.
Right.
Especially when sometimes, you've seen it be amazing when the bat breaks.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking violent.
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes the way they slide into first base or slide into home,
mm-hmm. that can be
they
rip
violent. Themselves up,
true.
Or they trip over the umpire.
That's true.
See?
Yeah.
I mean, really, even tennis is violent. The way they thwack that ball, they grunt ugh! That is fucking violent.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, even when you're just playing sports like that.
Yeah.
It's violent.
Okay.
I don't think swimming is violent.
I played tennis when I was in high school, and we got in trouble once because, well, not in trouble, but the other team like wanted to like fight us because we kept hitting them with the tennis ball. And I'm like, guys, we're playing tennis. If I can hit you with the tennis ball,
that's your own fault.
I mean, yeah, you have to be in a place where I don't hit you with the tennis ball then.
But that is on purpose antagonistic.
Okay, if I was as good as being able, like if I could aim and hit somebody with a tennis ball every single time, I'd be pretty damn good at tennis. And besides, why would I want to hit it to the person when I could hit it away from the person and make the point? It's not like we were doing it on purpose. They were just there, and we hit them multiple times by them being there. So, like,
I don't understand.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I can't even make the racket hit the ball, much less direct the ball where I want it to go. So I don't have any understanding.
My best shot that I ever made, I was in a tournament and I hit the tennis ball with some backspin on it, and it went just over the net and then hit the ground and then bounced back over to my side without the other person even touching it.
Oh wow!
We had to call the ref in like, whose point is this? Because I don't know how that works.
And whose point was it?
It was mine. The guy didn't touch it, so it was my point.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well
he gave me a handshake. He's like, "Good job, man. That was a hell of a shot." I'm like, I ain't that good. I was going for backspin and I was going to get it over the net, but I didn't mean for it to come back over on my side. So
wow,
it is what it is.
So now you guys see how I married somebody who's good at fucking everything, and it's so goddamn annoying because I'm not really good at a lot. It's true. But, like, every time you try something, you're like, I'll try it for the first time. And then you're just good at it. I hate it.
I don't know what to say.
I hate it. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
From the fruit of their lips, people enjoy good things. But I just read that.
You
the
did.
Unfaithful have an appetite for violence.
Right.
Those who guard their lips preserve their lives. But those who speak rashly will come to ruin.
You're screwed.
That's not true. That's absolutely not true. There is a time and a place to bite your tongue and not say anything. But there's also a time to speak up and to be rash.
I agree. And I in our relationship hold the tongue side and you have the speak up side.
Yeah.
Unless of course things get real and then
I am meek and cannot say a thing because I'm cowed, and you then take the reign and you unleash some holy terror on some people. And I do not envy them because it takes a lot to get you there.
It does.
But that's why when you speak rashly, it bears much more weight and value than when I do, because I do it all the time.
Right.
So,
but some people need to be, put in their place sometimes.
They really do. I don't have any specific examples in mind. A sluggard's appetite is never filled, but the desires of the diligent are fully satisfied. I mean, I can always go for cheesecake, so I can't say anything. Like, I don't know. How do you feel about that? The desires of the diligent?
I think it's another way for them to say, this is a good thing and that's a bad thing, and yeah, whatever, okay.
When you're lazy, you're always going to be wanting for more.
Like, this whole thing is just a list of, this is the bad way to do it, and this is the good way to do it.
Right.
And you should listen to us because we know all the things 3,000 years ago.
Yes.
Whatever.
The righteous hate what is false, but the wicked make themselves a stench and bring shame on themselves. I mean,
okay.
Lying stinks?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't mind that one so much.
Right.
I mean, I hate what is false. I absolutely love truth.
Right. No, I think it's the
correctness.
Better way to go.
Yeah. Righteousness guards the person of integrity, but wickedness overthrows the sinner. I mean, I think all of this depends on what you're calling righteous and what you're calling wicked.
Right. Yeah. Definitions matter.
Because if you are talking about, say, abortion, there are many people who find that wicked. And I do not, because it isn't.
Right.
So fuck off.
Yeah.
So again,
it's all in the eye of the beholder and who's making the rules here.
Yeah.
So, and God does not exist. So therefore, these are their interpretations of what is right and wrong back then. And it still is today based on who you're talking to. It's their interpretations of what is right and wrong that determines whether they think you're a sinner or evil or whatever. And I do not accept their definitions.
I like when it comes to morals, people are like, no, nothing changes. Everything is black and white, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but some things change. Like, you do get inside a car, you know? Like, they didn't have cars thousands of years ago.
It's not moral, though.
No, but, like...
But our attitude towards women has changed over time.
As well it should. Although some people would disagree with that.
Some would, but they would be wrong.
They would. I'm just saying, like, it strikes me as funny what they will say, these things should never change, but I will allow it if it's for my personal comfort.
I like the word mores better than I like...
values?
Better than I like morals.
Yeah.
Because... is it mores or mores?
I've heard both, but okay. I like mores.
They are more of a social construct, which is what I think that I think that's what morals essentially are anyway. You know, we as a society have determined that this is right and that's wrong in order to survive and get along with each other.
I disagree. I think that mores, like you said, are the social construct, but I think morals are more the personal way of applying them.
That's fair. But that's just it, though. But the morals are personal. They're not socially accepted necessarily. Like your morals, not you specifically, but you on the street, Joe Schmo, whatever. Your morals probably differ from what my morals are, because you might believe that abortion is wrong, or you might believe that
women should sit down and shut up.
Right? Yeah. So your morals may very likely be different than mine, but mores are an easier gauge of what is socially acceptable,
right?
And therefore determines what we do in society,
right?
And generally things like you don't kill people and you don't whatever, which I agree with personally too.
Here's a good example I think that maybe a lot of people might identify with once I point it out. It is a moral individually that we don't drink and drive, or no, let me rephrase that. It is a moray that we don't drink and drive. Right. Socially, it's understood that we don't do that. But on a personal level, I know so many people who talk about, this time I was drunk driving and I got pulled over, and it's so funny.
No, that's true.
So, our social mores are that drinking and driving is bad. But yet, on an individual level, our morals don't line up with that.
Right. Now, you and I, our morals do.
No, yeah, ours do. We totally do not drink and drive. And moreover, we don't fucking think it's funny. But there are people in our family who do think it is funny.
Right.
And I have a really hard time doing that biting my tongue thing.
Well, and it's not about it. Our morals about drinking and driving are not about the actual act itself as it relates to you or I individually.
Right.
Right? It's more about how that action can and would and could affect other people in a very, very detrimental way. And that's awful.
You're putting other people's lives at risk because you wanted to drink.
Right.
And thought you'd be okay and didn't. Obviously, you're not going to kill anybody. Obviously.
Right, but that's not your choice to make, especially when you are already in an impaired position.
Right.
So.
Right. It's just we know people in our personal lives who don't operate under those same morals, even though the social moray
says not to.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Okay. So righteousness and sinner and wickedness, blah, blah, blah. One person pretends to be rich, yet has nothing. Another pretends to be poor, yet has great wealth. How about if none of us pretend?
Yeah, why were we pretending in the first place?
Yeah, just be what you be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah. We're poor.
We're poor. The end.
But you know what? In relation to other people, I mean...
We probably appear...
We're not poor.
Right.
Let's just be honest.
We don't own yachts, but we do have a roof over our head.
Right. And we're not out on the street panhandling for money. We have a cozy life that is... not extravagant.
We live paycheck to paycheck, and a flat tire could ruin our day depending on when it falls during the month.
But we also have family that would help us out.
Yes.
And we have things to help with our bad situations that could and might occur.
Yes. I'm just, I don't want to say, we're cozy because, we get to go to Disney every year. No, we actually have never been to Disney.
Right.
there are people who would call themselves like, oh, we're poor, we live paycheck to paycheck, and yet they go to Disney.
Right.
And they have multiple pets, or they like have a large amount of land or a pool in their backyard or something like that. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I'm like, you don't get to have extravagances and call yourself poor.
Right.
Even if those extravagances are not necessarily a yacht. You know what I mean?
Sure. But it's all relative too. If you live in an area where you have a really nice Honda, but your neighbor has a really nice Beamer and a yacht, you would think of yourself as poor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they would think of you as poor.
Right. But it's relative to what your experience is in life and where you're at. So it's not, I mean, and I'm not trying to say that person should call themselves poor, but their feeling is that they are poor.
But that's a feeling of comparison, not a feeling of actuality. Like, but in actuality, are you struggling to pay your rent or mortgage? Do you struggle buying groceries?
Right.
You know,
right.
Do you have more than one vehicle and you're complaining because, one of your many vehicles is in the shop or something?
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but I can't feel sorry for you because you are feeling a poor that is by comparison rather than by actual struggle.
Sure.
So that's just the way I feel about it.
I hear you.
So anyway, let's just not pretend. Let's just be what we are.
Yeah, not pretending. That's where we started that. Sorry.
A person's riches may ransom their life, but the poor cannot respond to threatening rebukes.
Basically you have nothing
to lose?
For people to you have nothing to lose? Okay, yeah.
But you can be caught by the riches.
Yeah, I guess.
If you allow that to be who you are.
Sure.
Or something.
Or you could not be caught by your riches. If you I don't okay.
I mean, basically don't be an asshole and do the best you can. Right?
Sure.
Okay. I don't really.
That doesn't Yeah. Are they trying to say that being poor is better there, or what are they trying to say?
I really don't know.
Okay.
I don't understand.
I mean, it sounds that way because, the poor has nothing that they have that could be ransomed. And,
right.
People's rebukes won't affect them.
I think it's supposed to be this, you shouldn't want more because it's just going to bring more problems to you.
More money, more problems?
Yeah. Just, be content with your lot in life.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm like, yes and no. It's the acceptance and
I think that's the way the people that are rich, they're like, you don't want what I want. You would have so many problems to deal with. You just don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm like, it must be so rough. Yeah.
It's so paternalistic.
Right.
It's so talking down to me, like you know a thing I don't know.
Right.
And it's like, no, I would spend differently than you.
Sure.
So it would be fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be caught up. It would be fine. The light of the righteous shines brightly, but the lamp of the wicked is snuffed out. But that's not true. We've seen the wicked shine.
Right.
So, Trump.
Although, we'll see how that all turns out. But,
But still.
He's still kicking and he's still.
I go through periods of, I can't believe it. This guy might actually go to jail. And then I'm like, I've been fooled before. He's never going to jail.
Right.
Rich white men don't go to jail.
No, I don't. I think even if he does get convicted, something will happen to wave it all away.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't have much.
Even in the Georgia one, which is the RICO one that could actually be the one that takes him down.
Well, I heard some people talking that one actually could get moved to federal.
But even if it did, it might get moved to federal grounds. But I heard this too.
Right.
But it's still a state case, regardless of changing the geography. Because that was a question.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because he was saying that there's no way he could get a fair trial in Georgia because everybody hates him or whatever.
Got it.
So that's why he was wanting to move it to federal grounds. But even should that happen, it is still the state of Georgia.
Got it.
So at least that's what I heard.
Yeah.
The light of the righteous shines brightly, but I just read that. Where there is strife, there is pride, but wisdom is found in those who take advice.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
I agree with that one.
Right.
Yeah.
You should always be willing to listen to other people and take in their ideas.
Sure.
I'm not saying that you have to listen to them.
You don't have to, take everything to heart.
Right.
But you have to be open to listening.
Right.
Unless it's some people I will never listen to ever.
Well, I mean, right.
Because for those people I consider even a stop clock is right twice a day, they might accidentally say something good.
I think it means be willing to examine your ideas and,
sure.
See, so that's all.
Okay. Dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow.
Man, how little by little do you have to gather it?
And what do you mean by dishonest money? Like, honestly.
I mean, I got to be honest here. So we do it honestly, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'd still be willing to switch bank accounts with Trump any day.
Sure. Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying.
Dishonest money dwindles away. That sounds like a you problem.
Right.
Like you're doing something wrong.
If he wants to dwindle it away, he can dwindle it away over here if he wants.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. I've always heard it the opposite way.
Right? Hope makes the heart grow fonder and...
Yeah.
Or no,
distance make the
heart grow
like you're
fonder.
supposed to have delayed gratification.
But they're like, no, gratify right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is absolutely opposite of everything I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that.
Right.
Whoever scorns instruction will pay for it, but whoever respects a command is rewarded. This is directly to men who won't read a map or read IKEA directions before putting something together. Read the directions, follow a map.
But I think it's also still too simplistic because all directions are not inherently good.
Sure. Yeah. And just because somebody...
And I will say IKEA instructions are actually really shitty.
They are, but you still have to try.
Yeah.
The teaching of the wise is a fountain of life, turning a person from the snares of death. That's like awfully... what's the word? Escalated quickly-ish,
Yeah.
Like whatever the word for that is.
Right.
Like if you listen to smart people, you won't die. Like, right. Whoa, okay, that's dramatic. I don't think you mean that.
Yeah.
Good judgment wins favor, but the way of the unfaithful leads to their destruction.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. All who are prudent act with knowledge, but fools expose their folly. I mean, that's kind of true. If you're a dum-dum and you're trying to use big words.
Right.
Like, okay, best example ever, the movie Glass Onion. I know I'm always doing that, but okay, the main character guy, I can't remember his name.
Okay.
He's the one that was in Fight Club. What's his name?
Brad Pitt?
No, the other guy, the main actor in Glass Onion. Yes, Edward Norton.
Okay.
God. Okay, Edward Norton. His character, like, throughout the whole movie, he sounds smart, but he keeps using big words incorrectly.
I mean, I do that sometimes, so.
But you're open to being corrected.
Well, yeah,
because
definitely.
You don't want...
I want to be corrected.
You're not trying to fool people into thinking you're smart. You want to actually be smart.
It's just that sometimes your brain grasps so hard at, like, what is that perfect word? I know that I know sort of kind of what it is, but then I don't actually know it. So here goes a try. Fuck, that failed. Right. Jesus.
Yeah. Now
Fuck
I'm
me.
dumb.
Yeah, now I'm an idiot.
Yeah. But that's not what Edward Norton's character was. He was actually just trying to appear smarter than he was.
Got it. So, the best part about being an idiot on this podcast is that it's preserved for all time.
Well, but there's
I love it.
There's a forgivability factor. Like, if I was trying to explain to somebody up front, like, why I go to great pains to say we're neither scholars nor academics. And I'm like, that way the bar is fucking low and I'm free to fuck up. I always apologize for it later when I know better, learn better, be better, right?
Right.
But when I get it wrong, there's I can instantly say, see, I told you.
Right.
Like, I'm not putting on airs and pretending to be higher than I am or smarter than I am. Like, I'm telling you up front, I am not a trustworthy source of information. I am giving you a springboard. If you find this interesting, do your own research.
Right.
Do not rely on me.
Yeah.
We're a dum-dum.
We're just husband and wife sitting here in our dining room.
Yeah. So fools will expose their folly.
With our snake and our cat.
Our snake
and our kid.
Cat and our kid.
Yeah.
So we are fools and we expose our own folly, but on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we doing it on purpose?
Well, I mean, we don't mind looking stupid.
Oh.
We don't mind mispronouncing
I see.
things
Okay, I'm
and
sorry.
then coming back later.
I wasn't following your... Okay, sorry.
We don't mind coming back later and saying, I mispronounced that, sorry.
Yeah, I was being stupid just then.
You were. You're such a fool. You exposed your folly.
I did.
A wicked messenger falls into trouble, but a trustworthy envoy brings healing.
Okay. I don't even know what they're getting at there exactly. But a wicked person versus a trusted envoy?
The British are coming. What?
But, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Whoever disregards discipline comes to poverty and shame, but whoever heeds correction is honored. Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Be open to learning better and doing better.
Sure.
A longing fulfilled is sweet to the soul, but fools detest turning from evil.
Wait, what?
A longing fulfilled is sweet to the soul.
Okay, I mean, that, sure. Mm-hmm, I guess that can be true. But then
fools detest turning from evil.
Do those even relate?
I don't get it. Do you even lift, bro? Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I don't get it. Okay. I like cheesecake.
Yeah.
Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. Oh, okay. That you are the combined, like the 5 people that you spend the most time with.
Yeah.
The sum of them, like that defines you.
To a degree, that makes sense.
Yeah. So. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do. Trouble pursues the sinner, but the righteous are rewarded with good things. I mean, again, what's a sinner?
Right.
You know? A good person leaves an inheritance for their children's children, but a sinner's wealth is stored up for the righteous.
Wait. So you're not good if you don't have an inheritance to leave then?
No,
they're saying that the fool tries to keep it all for themselves.
Yeah, you can't take your toys with you to the grave. Oh. So you should work hard all your life and share your wealth with your loved ones. I've often
thought that maybe, sharing your wealth in your own lifetime is a better way to live than to wait for yourself to die.
Yeah.
We were talking about this the other day, right? Mm-hmm. And it doesn't seem to occur to people that if you were to give us a small pittance now, it could make a huge difference, right? We're speaking of family and things like that, I guess.
Yeah.
It makes, and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to disparage any help that we've received ever from any of our family, but if we get a large sum after they die, it's almost to me somewhat of an insult, I guess, because I'm I could have used that.
You had to die for me to get this help.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. No, and I guess, I don't know.
And see, that comes across, I hate this conversation
I don't feel entitled to it. I just... Right.
My question is, why don't you want to share this?
I guess I'm speaking from a personal point of view. For me, if we have money at some point in our life and our kid is older and they're not struggling, but maybe could use some extra money, I would want to give them extra, you know, hey, get yourself together, get your stuff fixed that you need fixed up, get yourself a nice new whatever, and take care of yourself. And here you go. I want to help you out.
Yeah.
I feel like that in the moment gift is so much more meaningful. That's so much more,
it's going to be more helpful than just here's $50, but you really ought to get your life straightened out. Well, and it's
so much more heartfelt. It's in the moment. You're not waiting until you die to just let that fix everything, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you just help fix it now if you have the ability to do that?
Right.
I would want to do that, I guess.
And that comes back to my question. Why don't you want to share?
Well, it's just
because I would want to share. I don't understand why other people don't want to.
Right. Again, I'm speaking strictly from a personal point of view. If I had the money to help people in my life, I would want to help those people.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
So.
But, maybe we're just too simple because if we were rich, we would be entangled.
Right, right.
We just don't understand the plight of people with money.
Sure.
As they travel the world and spend all their wealth on everything, they're just, so much smarter than we are.
Right.
For the inheritance that they received when their parent died and left them the wealth.
Right.
Yeah. We just don't understand what it's like.
Probably not.
But once they die, then we'll understand.
Of course. Yeah, you just got to wait.
I don't want them to die.
Right. There's that too.
Like, I should want you to die so I could have your wealth? What?
Right. No.
Okay, anyways. An unplowed field produces food for the poor, but injustice sweeps it away.
Okay. An unplowed field
produces
food for the poor. Mm-hmm. And what was the other one?
Injustice sweeps it away.
Okay. People
breathe oxygen and then they get to live. But the person who has no oxygen asphyxiates and dies. I mean, sure, those are facts, yes.
Sure, okay.
I don't think those are morals, those are facts.
Right. I guess an unplowed, meaning somebody doesn't own it.
Okay.
So like a plowed field would imply that somebody owns it and keeps it for themselves, right?
Okay.
And untilled, okay. So like that's an open ground for other people to partake in the wealth, right?
Again, share.
Yeah. No, that kind of goes in line with what we were just saying, right. I guess. So.
Yeah. You can own the earth and still all you own is earth until you can sing with all the colors of the wind.
They've gone back and forth, but I
literally just quoted Disney's Pocahontas at you.
Did you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known that.
And you rolled right over it.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I would have never got that was from Pocahontas, but
you can own the earth and still all you own is earth until you can sing with all the colors of the wind.
I still wouldn't have got it. Okay. I would have got that you were getting at something there with it, but I wouldn't have got what it was from.
Okay, go on.
I completely lost what I was going to say, so.
Well, that's okay because you rolled over me.
I did.
Okay,
and anyway. I apologize for that.
You should.
But it is my birthday.
It is your birthday, though.
I should be allowed one rollover, at least.
You got one rollover.
I lost it, though, so.
Okay.
So I got one more?
Yeah, if it happens again, I will bite my tongue, wait till you're done, and then let you know that was your rollover.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Whoever spares the rod hates their children. You should want to spank them. But the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them.
I think so. Discipline. I think that is a very simplistic view of discipline.
You should totally beat your child.
No, I totally agree that your children should be disciplined, but not by beating them, not by whipping them, or you don't need corporal punishment.
You don't need to make them pick out the branch with which their butt will get beat.
Right.
And you don't need to take off your belt, snap it, and then spank them with it.
There are definitely ways to correct your children without hitting them.
Yeah.
And anyway, that's how I feel about that.
No, it's true.
So.
I don't want to get hit ever again on my naked bare bottom with a wooden spoon, and I have never done that to my children.
I yelled at my mom once when I was younger for spanking me. And then that was the last time she spanked me.
But what did you say to her?
I said...
I love it.
Oh, man.
You said something like, what does spanking teach me anyway?
Right, yeah. No, I was apparently very smart for my young age then.
I want to say you were only like 4 or 5 when that happened or something. Right. She's told that story. I love it.
Yeah.
The righteous eat to their heart's content, but the stomach of the wicked goes hungry. That's not true.
I mean, right?
We see that before us every day, how untrue that is.
Yeah.
All right. That was Proverbs number 13. And it was the upright and the wicked contrasted. And just, again, this was part of the second collection of the book
where
of
there's
Proverbs
good and
collections.
Evil.
And it's of the first Solomonic
yeah.
Proverbs sayings.
That are shitty.
Yeah.
So.
And that's all it was. And that's all the notes I have.
But that was kind of fun, though.
Well, that's because we
played with it a little bit. But it did, we kind of like ran a little bit long here. We're already past a half hour with just one proverb.
Jesus. Okay, well, let's go read the second one then. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So Proverbs 14.
I'll try not to be so vocal this time.
Don't be so vocal. The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands, the foolish one tears hers down.
What? Who the fuck would tear down? What? I don't. Okay, just move along. Whatever, yeah. That's stupid. Okay.
Yeah, it's stupid. Whoever fears the Lord walks uprightly, but those who despise him are devious in their ways. False.
Right. No, we're not devious.
But we don't just hate the Lord.
Wait, did they say despise him?
Despise him.
I don't believe he exists.
Right.
So that's
I was
going to
say, we don't despise him. Although we do call him a dick all the time. If he is real, we despise him.
We're talking about the God that they're talking about.
Right.
But we don't actually believe God exists.
Correct.
So
I despise the God of that Bible. I do despise that created
thing.
He
is a dick.
Yes.
I mean...
So, but I'm not devious. I'm not smart enough to be devious, quite honestly. Right. That's why I believe in honesty, because every time I lie, it catches up to me.
Yeah. No, honesty is definitely the best policy.
Yeah. A fool's mouth lashes out with pride. I am a fool, and I do lash out with pride. But the lips of the wise protect them.
The lips of the wise protect them. Okay.
Meaning, this goes back to me and you, how I just say what I'm thinking, and I speak rashly, etc., and you are more hold your tongue and judicious in your speaking.
Sure.
But there's a place for both. Right. And the Bible doesn't allow for that. Got it.
It's just one or the other.
Yeah. But I am a woman, and so what the fuck do I know? I'm just a piece of shit anyway. So, womp womp. Right. Where there are no oxen, the manger is empty. But from the strength of an ox comes abundant harvests.
So you can't have kids unless you have oxen?
I don't know.
That's manger. Wait, no, isn't manger like a... No, that's a feeding trough. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So the strength of an oxen... If you... Say that one more time.
Where there are no oxen, the manger is empty.
Because you don't need to feed them, okay.
Right. But from the strength of an ox comes abundant harvests.
I mean, sure, but you also don't have to pay for food for the oxen if you don't have oxen, so...
I think they're saying if you invest a little, like, be penny wise, pound smart.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, penny wise, pound smart. Is that how it goes?
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking about. It's
make a small investment, spend the money, and it, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. An honest witness does not deceive, but a false witness pours out lies. So
no shit.
Honest people are honest, and liars are liars.
That's about as obvious as
that was not
obviousness.
That was not an opinion. That was just stating things that exist.
Right, yeah.
The mocker seeks wisdom and finds none, but knowledge comes easily to the discerning. That's not true, because I am quite discerning and I fucking love math. I struggle at it, though, but I love it.
I feel like we mock the Bible quite a bit, but we actually strive to learn about it, and we have found quite a bit of information about it. So
we are mockers seeking wisdom, and we find plenty.
Yeah.
Because... God bless the Googles.
False. So that was false.
False.
Bible was wrong.
Stay away from a fool, for you will not find knowledge on their lips. I mean...
Yeah, put this one out to the listeners. Have you found knowledge on our lips? Because, I think they would consider us a fool.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. We are court jesters.
Right, yeah. So, you let us know.
You let us know. Have you found any knowledge on our lips?
Right.
You haven't found honey on our lips.
No.
I can tell you that much.
Yeah,
no honey here.
I mean, I do use honey in my tea sometimes.
But it's not on your lips.
But technically, if I drink the tea, it is kind of on my lips.
Are you saying that you're a honey-lipped prostitute?
No,
and I'm not. You use your wiles to seduce people off of the straight path?
No. I mean, no.
I mean, one might say that that's what we're doing.
Right, I was going to say, like, okay. you might consider that this, right. So...
I take that back. Scratch that from the record. The wisdom of the prudent is to give thought to their ways, but the folly of fools is deception. Again, I don't agree with that.
No,
I'm a fool, but I don't deceive.
Again, everything in the Solomonic Proverbs is way too black and white
and stupid.
It's just dumb.
Fools mock at making amends for sin, but goodwill is found among the upright.
Okay.
I mean, I think that if you have done something wrong and you know it, you should make amends, whether you're a fool or otherwise.
Right, yeah.
And if you think that you had good reason, then probably you didn't count that as wrong. So,
right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody do your best. Okay?
That's right. Yeah, that's all you can do.
Just be the best person that you can be today.
Yeah. You know if you're being shitty or not.
It's true.
Even shitty people know they're being shitty.
It's true.
So.
Each heart knows its own bitterness, and no one else can share its joy. I mean, that kind of goes along with what we just said.
Right. Yeah.
The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the upright will flourish.
Is that like the woman that was going to tear down our own house? Is that like from before?
I have no idea, but I think that it means that no matter how rich you are, if you own a mansion or whatever, that doesn't make you a better person.
Nope.
And
your shit still stinks.
Yeah. And, you may only live in a tent, but as long as you're a good person, that's all that counts.
Yeah, the rich still fart, too.
It's true.
Yeah, they do.
They shart.
Probably, yeah.
I know that everybody on this planet has sharted, even if it was only as a child.
Right.
You have all sharted.
Definitely.
So, none of you is better than I am.
That's right.
There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death.
Well, they all lead to death eventually.
Right.
So, I'm not sure where they're going with that.
If it appears to be right, then I can't be held responsible for having chosen.
If I'm trying to choose the right path and I chose what I thought was the right path, then
we can only do what we can do. And
sometimes, you know what? Sometimes you make right choices and you still die.
It's true.
I mean, I'm just saying, there is no rhyme or reason to who dies and who lives. It's just kind of the luck of the draw, and not totally. I mean, you can affect your health and things like that.
I've also heard people say that there's no such thing as choosing the lesser of two evils. And I'm like, but there is, because even not choosing is a choice.
True.
So,
yeah. Definitely.
You have chosen the third option, which is none of the above, but you still fucking filled in letter E, you know?
Yeah.
Even in laughter, the heart may ache, and rejoicing may end in grief. I mean, that's true. Like, I'm the kind of guy that laughs at a funeral, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's finding dark humor in places where you wouldn't necessarily expect to, and just because we're having a good time doesn't mean that grief won't occur.
Right.
Yeah, whatever. The faithless will be fully repaid for their ways, and the good rewarded for theirs.
Oh, so is that a nice way of saying we're fucked?
You're going to hell.
Got it. Is that what repaid means, maybe?
Probably. The good are going to heaven.
This is OT. We're going to Sheol.
Oh, yeah, we're going to Sheol.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. The simple believe anything, but the prudent give thought to their steps. I mean, I know a lot of simple people who do believe anything. This podcast is not for them.
No.
I would say that we're a little bit prudent.
You think?
We're trying to think through stuff.
We are.
And you know what? Some of these we were like, yeah, we agree with that.
Yeah.
So,
no, I mean, I don't want to, I'm not here to say everything in the Bible is wrong.
I'm not dismissing it out of hand.
Right. No, I want to think this through and research things.
But again, even a stop clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with as many contradictions are in the Bible, they're bound to be right on one of them.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Something's bound to be right.
Mm-hmm.
So.
The wise fear the Lord and shun evil, but a fool is hot-headed and yet feels secure. There's so much in that. I can't. I can't. A quick-tempered person does foolish things, and the one who devises evil schemes is hated. Okay, hold on. I am a quick-tempered person. I do foolish things. Those are two things that go together.
Yeah.
But I'm not devising evil schemes.
No.
I don't like that that's all put together as if you are quick-tempered, you do foolish things, and also you devise evil schemes. Hold on a second.
The way that should really read is that we don't like people who are quick-tempered and make bad decisions, so therefore they're evil, and let's just not deal with them. That's what it really means.
That's what it means, and I don't like that.
Because generally, I would say that the people of those times probably shunned people that they didn't like to deal with, So, if you were quick to anger, they're probably like, fuck you.
I mean, that's still true today.
Right.
I've had multiple people cut me off, and I've cut off multiple people. So,
right. But I don't think you're nearly as quick to anger as you used to be.
No, I'm not.
And that, you have worked on yourself, so you're at least trying to make inroads and improve yourself.
Yeah.
But people still have a view of you that lingers from years past.
Right.
So.
Right. That's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Well, those people are foolish.
I agree.
And they devise evil schemes, and they are hated. Is that how that goes?
Something like that, yeah.
The simple inherent folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge.
Okay, whatever.
Right?
Moving along.
Evildoers will bow down in the presence of the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteousness. At the righteous. Sorry.
Say that one more time.
Evildoers will bow down in the presence of the good, and the wicked at the gates of the righteous.
I don't understand that.
Okay, so they're saying that when somebody good, like say God, for example, walks through town, even the evil are gonna bend and
okay,
bend the knee.
Got it.
Out of respect.
Got it. Okay.
And so even bad people respect good people.
Sure. Oh, okay.
So you should always be good because then you'll have the respect.
Respected universally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what I got out of it. I could be wrong.
It's a really just odd way to state that.
Yeah.
Though, that's all.
Yeah. The poor are shunned even by their neighbors, but the rich have many friends.
Wait, didn't we just like the poor like a few
We just liked the poor
sentences prior?
And now we hate them again.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I don't...
It just depends on what point we're trying to make in any given moment.
Yeah, it's like they're like, what can we throw in here? Let's see. That sounds really good. Okay, that sounds good. Who cares if they don't match up? I don't give a fuck.
It's like
is anybody actually going to care about this?
It's like they had a writer's room, but they didn't have an editor in charge to suss through and put it all together. Right. And be like, hey, Jack, yours actually contradicts Fred's. So I'm going to need you two to get together and like either make a joke out of it or like scratch one.
It's not like they're going to be reading this thousands of years later.
Jesus. Right, exactly. It is a sin to despise one's neighbor, but blessed is the one who is kind to the needy. Hold on. I both despise my neighbor and am kind to him when he is needy. How about that?
Sure, yeah. I think you can do both.
Because we talked about this before, how we're not fond of our neighbor who, is a Trump supporter. Yeah. But yet when he like cut himself severely and like needed to go to the hospital to get stitches, I was right there to ask, what can I do to help?
Right. And we're nice to them. They're nice to us. There's not at this point.
At this point.
We have our boundaries and we've all kind of settled into where we are. So
and we all wave at each other even.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call us friends, but we're okay neighbors.
I don't have any intention of going over and hanging out.
And nor do they.
We can get along to go along to get along. Yeah. So for what we're doing.
I'm just saying, you can despise a neighbor and still be kind to them.
Sure.
Because that makes you not an asshole and that makes you, fit for society.
Right.
Do not those who plot evil go astray, but those who plan what is good find love and faithfulness.
Again, a very simplistic view of...
It really is.
It's just... They pretend in these things like there's no gray area, and it's just such bullshit the way they phrase them.
If you do bad things, you're done, you're going to hell, and everybody will know it, and you won't get any rewards. And if you're good, only goodness comes to you.
If these things were true and correct and right? Mm-hmm. Who the fuck would plot evil things?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And moreover... when someone is quote unquote plotting something evil,
mm-hmm.
do you really think they're plotting something evil?
Right.
I mean, maybe there's a few people in history that have literally plotted something evil,
Trump plots evil things.
Sure, okay. But even him, I think he's convinced himself that he's correct.
Okay, what about McConnell?
I don't think he thinks...
Do you think McConnell...
McConnell definitely plots evil things.
He plots
that
evil things.
That fucker is evil as shit.
Yeah.
So...
yeah.
And puts a smile on his face to boot.
Mm-hmm. He has an evil cackle.
Yeah.
He enjoys the...
We're speaking of McConnell from the Senate, of U.S. Senate. So.
Yeah. Sorry. This is U.S. politics again. Yeah. Apologies to those abroad.
Right.
All right. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. That's absolutely not true. You do not always get rewarded for your hard work.
True.
And we're talking right now and it's not leading to poverty. How about that?
Right. That's true.
Yeah. I mean,
in fact, thank you, patrons. If anything, it helps us out a little bit. So,
yeah. So thank you, patrons, indeed.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The wealth of the wise is their crown, but the folly of fools yields folly.
Okay.
Wisdom brings wiseness, and
right.
And fools are
foolish.
Foolish.
Yeah.
I mean, what? A truthful witness saves lives, but a false witness is deceitful. Again, a person that tells the truth is honest, and a person that doesn't tell the truth is a liar.
Here, I'm going to sum up all of the Solomonic Proverbs. Good is good, bad is bad.
Wait, that's what I said yesterday.
Is it? Oh, well,
that's
shit.
what I've been saying.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Like, I hadn't said it today, but oh my God. That's literally how I summed up every single one of these. Good is good, bad is bad.
Right. Yeah.
Whoever fears the Lord has a secure fortress. Oh, you know what? I should have let you have that. God damn it.
Yeah,
it's your birthday.
Right. You still owe me one, though. So.
I still owe you one. I
good.
apologize, husband.
We'll cash it in later.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
At least I caught myself this time.
Yeah.
I'm getting better.
Not in time, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
We could go back and fix it.
No.
It's not. It wouldn't be the same, would it?
No, it wouldn't. Yeah.
No. Okay. Whoever fears the Lord has a secure fortress, and for their children it will be a refuge. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life, turning a person from the snares of death. Well, I guess our kids are fucked. Sorry, kids.
Sorry, kid.
A large population is a king's glory, but without subjects, a prince is ruined.
I mean, why has he got to be ruined? He could just, work for himself and try to make his own life and do his own thing. He ain't got to be ruined.
He has no people and followers.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it's like the person...
His people didn't have people and followers.
Right.
So, he can just be a person.
This makes me think of, YouTube influencers. You don't have any followers, so therefore you are in ruin and poverty and will die. Wait, what?
I think you should be doing stuff... Okay, so what we're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't make riches. We're not rich doing this. We get enough to...
Pay for itself.
Literally pay for itself. That's about what we make.
Yeah.
And we do this because we are completionists and we think that we want to offer this. This is taking years for us to go through.
Mm-hmm.
We want it to be available to anybody who wants to access it.
Sure.
And that's one of our biggest goals is just have this stuff available for everybody who wants it.
Yeah.
And yes, do we enjoy the fans that we've been picking up? Oh my God, yes. That's amazing. But
still unbelievable.
But I think we would have done this even if we had never had any fans because it would have been a way for us to keep ourselves accountable.
Right.
And still, if somebody wanted to access it, we would want it available. That's all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So you can be a prince with no subjects and you'll be fine.
Yeah. You just have to accept that. That's all.
Do art for art's sake, motherfuckers.
Right?
Whoever is patient has great understanding, but one who is quick-tempered displays folly. We've already talked about that one.
They've covered that multiple times.
A heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. Okay, that one is a good one. I do like that one.
I do like that one, actually. Yeah.
That one is... That's
kind of goes in line with how I've always said, just to be happy with yourself and don't worry about what others are doing. You take care of you first, and
put your oxygen mask on you before you put it on anybody else, because you can't help anybody else until you've helped yourself.
Right. I am totally for helping other people, but you can't do that if you are dying.
Floundering.
Right.
Yeah. You got to love yourself, and you got to find a way to do that.
Right.
You got to find a way to decide what things do you accept about yourself and what things do you want to change about yourself.
Yeah.
And that's where self-acceptance versus self-growth, the discernment between the two is very important.
Right.
Whoever oppresses the poor shows contempt for their maker, but whoever is kind to the needy honors God.
Wait, I thought we just hated the poor.
We did.
And then we liked them before, but then we hated them, and now
we like
them again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How about this? Whoever oppresses the poor, whether there's a God or not, which there isn't, you're an asshole. Okay? But whoever is kind to the needy is cool.
Right. But doesn't the Bible kind of walk a line here of oppressing the poor and helping? It depends on which sentence we're reading at any given time.
Yes.
But sometimes they oppress the poor, sometimes they don't.
Mm-hmm. I think it really fully depends on what point they're trying to make and who they are trying to raise up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think that you have so many words in a fucking book. You can take whichever words you like the best, and you can say, I'm going to use these words because they match what I want to say today.
Yes.
And as long as they're in there, you can use any of them.
Yes.
So.
When calamity comes, the wicked are brought down, but even in death, the righteous seek refuge in God. Refuge. Oh, good one, husband. Yeah. When calamity comes. I mean, sometimes when calamity comes, the wicked are not brought down.
Right.
So there. Wisdom reposes in the heart of the discerning, and even among fools she lets herself be known. There she is.
Oh, there she is. Yeah, she's
there
a person. We had knowledge earlier. They didn't refer to it as an entity. It was just knowledge.
Yep. Wisdom.
But there's the entity wisdom. Okay.
She lets herself be known even among fools.
Yeah.
That's good of her.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thanks.
Right.
Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin condemns any people.
Again, it depends on what your idea of sin is, I guess.
And righteousness, for that matter.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. Ready?
Yep.
A king delights in a wise servant, but a shameful servant arouses his fury.
I mean, we all hate the shitty employees, right?
If you're a good, you're good. And if you're bad, you're a bad.
What? I mean, that's some people just aren't cut out for certain positions, you know? If you can't handle it, I guess you're going to get fired. If you can, then I'm sure they'll appreciate you and think you're wise and whatever.
Yeah.
Good job, man.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And I have 0 notes on this because it's just more of the fucking same.
I mean, not God.
Yep.
But, think something.
Think the void.
Yeah, that's right. The universe. Right. Sorry, I keep trying to adjust my talk because I have all these things that I say that are
oh my God, and thank God.
Right.
And
they're just part of my speech, you know? And it's really hard to adjust that because it's so ingrained in society. Now, there are people who get offended by me saying, oh my God, or, God damn it, or son of a bitch, or not son of a bitch, but I mean that too, but Jesus Christ, things like that, right? Because those are offensive to Christians. And I guess, early on I was like, I don't give a fuck if I'm offensive to you. So like, that's why they became part of my regular speech. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't believe in your bullshit God there. So
I don't have the Voldemort effect in me.
I'm gonna actually prove that I don't fear your stupid God because I'm gonna say Jesus Christ and God damn it and all that stuff.
But I said it in front of the 2-year-old that I babysit, and for the next 10 minutes he was going, God damn it!
Oh, wait!
God damn it!
That's awesome.
God damn it! God damn it! And I couldn't make him stop.
Yeah.
Like, I thought if I just ignore it, then, it'll go away.
Right.
Like, don't pay credence to it. Don't add oil onto the fire,
Yeah.
And that didn't work. So I was like, we shouldn't say that. That wasn't a nice word, and sorry.
Yeah.
And then that made it worse instead of better.
Oh.
Yeah. Because then it was like, that's a bad. I'm going to say it bad. Yay. God damn it. And then I was like, I'm going to tell Mommy you're not being a good listener.
Yeah.
And then he was like, God damn it.
He even learned how to use it appropriately.
He really did.
Yeah, that's great.
So I had to apologize to Mommy. But oh well.
All right. Well, on that goddamn note,
we're
done with the episode for today, which was Proverbs 13 and 14. Correct. And sorry this went on so long. This is about an hour-long episode. So
for just 2.
For 2.
Yeah.
Damn, we had a lot to say today.
We did.
And also, sorry it was late, everybody.
Yeah,
we're going to do better. We're working on
that was better. My fault. Apologies. That was my fault.
Also, you got to give me a pass because it's my birthday.
Right.
Y'all got to give us a pass.
Yeah.
Because it's my birthday.
I give you a
today.
Pass. I give you a pass.
But you haven't got the right moment yet. You haven't actually gotten that pass yet. So
I love you very much.
I love you too.
And I didn't wear blue lipstick.
You didn't.
And happy birthday, and I love you.
Thanks. All right. We'll see you guys next time, guys. Well,
bye.
Bye. Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep. We have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.